Veigar, and this is something that was mentioned on the space. BDD has been so good on Veigar. He played it very late compared to the other mid laners, but his performance has arguably been the best here in the LCK. And it's just the difference here, I think, in how T1 has been able to just be dominant so long, whereas KT started off pretty aggressively, as this would be a 75th pick.
Yeah. I don't know the exact number of champions that are released at this moment in time, but I believe it is over 150. But
yeah, you get a heal here out of Keria. Small advantage. But here comes the Elise once again. This time there is no Wukong nearby. His owner wants to set something up. Again, worst case scenario, probably just push them out of the experience range.
It's level 4, so Lehens is like, well,
for T1 affords you. Now, this is about as good as it gets, but it is exactly what this draft is designed to do. This is not, oh man, KT's dropping the ball. Speaking of,
Faker's getting in there already as the cage will be put down. Faker just skirts around it. Has another knockup potentially, but no. Is going to go into the hands of Guma and Keria.
They should be able to get the whole thing, not necessarily off of this wave, but look at all the damage being done here. It's first strike on this Lucian, so every time he's just chunking away, picking off more of these health bars, and now that this wave has showed up here.
Yeah, that Rift Herald could be big, as meanwhile, speaking of big, Aiming has to flash, but I think he's 100% dead. They wait in the brush. And they hide on bush. That's all you got to do. Aiming had no idea. And that is a pretty free first blood and should be first turret given over to Guma.
First turret with all 5 plates. And we'll get the solo plate here for the final one. 625, that's going to be the second Drake. 1400 here is 8 plates across the map.
This is something that T1 does. It's like, okay, well, we have these win conditions. Maybe if we can hold on. And it's a big if. As, okay, maybe trying to find a little angle here up on the top side. That's that Lulu and Wukong played together as in goes the Cyclone onto 2 of them. Guma has to flash away, so they finally find an angle because coming through the river, T1 did not have vision here in this river.
And they will be able to get their second turret of the game here. BDD has Cuz.
Oh, man, he's caught on the edge there as waiting for that TP. KT's got an angle here. Faker on the run. He does have flash, and he is quite tanky, as Keen really wants to force this one. Faker just on the dash. Still has not flashed, as he will all about him over the wall just to escape. Still has his flash, as he is under here, and Owner getting over the wall with the cocoon, and they turn this around. 2v4, you gotta be kidding me.
These are the fights. These are the fights. I said KT cannot force, or T1 will just turn them every single time. Faker using the geometry of the map. Now, meanwhile, they get the turret.
Look at this.
Yeah, they get the turret.
Second and a half late. Like, if he was right on that, maybe get something going. Cuz now he's just dead. There's just nowhere to go. I mean, he doesn't have flash. Used it in a couple of fights ago.
And you have no map vision, really, as KT here. You know, you're trying to set up control wards defensively in your own jungle. You lost an inner. So just, like you say, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide.
Look at this.
Faker he just turns. Says he has no full, no flash rather, and no ult. But he is just gonna ult through the wall. He's like, they overextended. And he just calls it out. He's like, they overextended. And I mean, it's just the fans going crazy because once again T1 makes this happen, and all the while Guma's pushing that mid turret.
And he's calling the entire time like he's not really getting, you know, overwhelmed by the fact that he's getting flanked by 4 people, right? That was a 2v4 they were running. T1 can just start it up. You know, they do have a lot of control in the enemy jungle. They can see Cuz, as that ward is not denied by the control ward, actually. Keria takes a massive chunk, though. Has to use heal.
Okay, this is the angle, maybe. Tidal Wave not great either.
They're not able to zone out Cuz, though. He's still got flash. Still got a way in. He's over the wall. The damage comes in, and they get it! KT take the Baron away! And now they're looking for the fight afterwards. The Cyclone, though, doesn't get much value, as T1 really want to get in there and punish for this, as Zeus not able to get a big Gnar, might be able to take down 2 members of KT, and even Keria will survive. Do they have the damage to peel through somebody? The Chemtech Soul you mentioned might actually help in this facet, but if you can get a cage and like a Renekton follow-up, maybe you can get something going, but the culling is already in, the tidal wave right on top of BDD, and Guma just frontlining, forces the dominance before the fight even really begins. As everybody on the side of KT just running away, we do have a cage to keep them alive against the Gnar. But Infinity, it's for a very long time, so you've got the entire team of T1 breathing down your neck in the top lane, and you don't even have that LDR yet. So now with one Nexus turret and a Dream, KT are hanging on for dear life. Poke already does begin. Cage catches the Gnar.
Cuz once again, searching, hunting.
Boy. Here we go. That's going to be the end of Keen, and that should be the end of this game. The culling comes in onto BDD, and yeah, that's the end of Aphelios as well. Everybody is just scattering to the wind as Lahens is just emoting, and T1 will not let them get away for free. Takes them all down, and takes down all of the Nexus.
Just textbook tempo-based play.
Yeah.
And it's a big draft diff here, I think, in terms of what you could do in the early game. KT tried to stave off the pressure, but they made a few mistakes around the top side of the map, and then T1's lead compounded so hard. You could see the big spike around 13 minutes, and then that other big spike right now around 20, where they're able to get all those turrets and then take that further. I mean, it's KT this time. We're trying to settle things.
I think it's happening.
I think it's happening, too. I actually thought about this going into today. I was like, today's the day Faker plays Fizz, isn't it?
That's not Fizz. Kassadin?
That's not Fizz also.
We'll see if they can pull it off here as game number 2 is loaded up. Let's hop onto the Rifts.
And the Ashe is going to offer you very little in terms of peel. A lot here at level 1, however.
Well, this is not the way you want to start it off level 1. Especially with your melee support that is also getting chunked out. So just coming into the brush, trying to get some posturing here in the bottom lane, and immediately aiming in Lahens will have to start on the back foot.
Yeah, this is really painful. Now, at least they do have...
This is pretty rough. I mean, you really wanted to get started on the front foot. It is going to be difficult against the Ashe. A lot of teams have just been dropping the Ashe entirely, but Keria and T1 are not really abiding by that, right? Because you can see what happens if you play it out really well at level 1, especially with Halo Blades looking to maybe play towards the top side of the map as he does go on to Vision. Flash on in, as with the red buff, really trying to make this work, but Owner just kind of using this flash to pressure Keen, but doesn't get much out of it.
Cuz here does not have red, but they wanted to bait this super hard, and they are successful at getting Zeus into a vulnerable spot, but because Owner is still here, I don't think they can actually make anything of this. This is going to keep Keen safe here under this turret, and if Zeus really wants to push the issue,
we'll see what they can get done.
He's also spent a lot of time out of lane trying to clear some of these wards, trying to make an impact elsewhere, but it's mostly just the...
Destiny up to the top side, and that is going to be the stun, but Zeus just flashes away. The Gnar away of the Jax means that the follow-up pressure after the gold card was not there. Okay, here we go for the wall, level 6 against Lahens, level 4. Even with the Eclipse up, he has taken so much damage. And they just use that again for tempo. Remember the culling in game number 1, that kind of makes sense with Lucian, but not every day you see the Zeres really get in the face of Leona and put on that much pressure.
Is on cooldown, so there's just no angle here. You have the Wukong ult and you have to try to use it, but he's zoned.
Okay, so they're gonna get it. They try to collapse in here. Nice try to get the Jax away, but T1 are on the run. As now maybe the picks coming in, a arrow from bottom lane, but that doesn't really matter. First blood given over to Keen. On the top side, Zay's super low. As Cuz trying to follow up here, Faker wants to be the hero. We'll see if he can do it. Maybe not expecting him. His Counter-Strike is used onto him just to zone him away.
And Keen just TP'd top.
Ooh, well, let's see how this goes. Faker's in the pit. That's an arrow onto BDD. The Cyclone is massive, though, and the damage is in there. Double Cyclone onto everybody in the pit. The damage here from Guma is pretty good. He's going to pick up a double as we have a little Zeri moment beginning to form, aiming, not able to run away. That's another kill for the Zeri. That's 3, and it might just be 4 at the end of it. A quadra kill for Guma, who has 5 kills now.
It doesn't have lethal tempo, is not going to be able to match an AD carry this early in the game.
A little kill on the top side, maybe. Nicely done from Keen. He's like, I'm going to take this into my own hands, okay? My team's not getting it done on the bottom side. And yeah, on that fight, it was funny. You and I were casting T1 Challengers on Tuesday. I don't know if you remember. It was a very similar fight with, Zeri versus Lethality Varus. Just not able to do much in that extended trade. Either way, in this game, we do have Faker in a little bit of trouble here, getting chased down by the Jax.
It's a twisted fade angle. And because flash ult available, so respect has to be shown. They've got the Narbar.
Fantastico, and he gets slowed up, and he gets bursted down, and down goes the Leona, but they traded for the Gnar, and down goes the Vi as well. Where did their front line go? And Guma's like, I just want a front line to do some damage. He's not going to have one. As here comes KT, they're going to find Guma and get the massive shutdown of gold into the Jack.
I mean, that fight was so perfectly played from KT. This doesn't matter how much money you have, how much gold you have, and how many items you have. If you can't actually fight, if you don't have a front line.
We're the better team. We can just win. You know, that overconfidence, that cockiness, it's not the first time it has bit them in the butt in the past. And maybe it might just get them here as Keria is caught out. BDD is now on the map. Down will go Keria for free.
And we talked about this, like, because this Ashe was picked so early and T1 aren't playing a pick comp, the Ashe is actually vulnerable on the map. A very squishy support can't really offer anything for Guma. It's really Oner and Zeus who have to be the front line.
The rest of the team not really able to get in here just yet.
Oner has no flash and they have no vision on this.
Mini Gnar now. KT just, oh, they're going to keep at least, and they immediately go straight into Keen as Faker takes it down. Gonna get the Baron, and now they're going to buy a lot of time for themselves.
This is a T1 move, man. You've got double smite. Faker's got unsealed spellbook. You go in for the double smite play. 3, 2, 1. Out, out, out.
나이스.
Good job.
이거 크다.
That was
huge.
big.
Yeah, it's huge, he says. And
I was waiting for this. Mega Gnar is going to be started as here he goes. Looking
here comes
for this angle, and he's stolen away because takes the Ocean Drake, takes the Ocean Soul. As they're trying to turn here onto the Jax, they want 100 zero him, but the Solar Eclipse is massive from the Leona. They're going really deep as Keen is just frontlining into the Zeri. It's not going to get Guma, though. Crucially, Guma's still alive. Did they go too deep is the question. As now, the Zeri's going insane, but it's not enough. Faker has to do it alone, and can he? Yes, he will. With Zeus and Keria left alive, T1 take the win. They know this is starting. Yeah, they did not clear out that one ward. And as you mentioned, you know, the damage is there, but it's not huge. They can't just quite burst this down, but they're committing. KT going to commit to this one as over the wall we have double smite again. Can they steal it again? Yes, they can. They take it down. And now KT are just lost. Where do you go from here? As ults are going in, they try to turn onto Mega Gnar as Zeus gets low, but he will survive. And the damage not quite there. Guma's over the wall, goes to the ult. He is going to cleanse early, but he doesn't really care. He's still kiting them out.
There's no damage in KT's comp. They can't kill anybody.
Kill anybody. Faker is in the backline. Guma is diving the entire team. As some low health bars, Guma goes down. Faker went a little bit too low, and they turn it around.
Oh, they went way too deep. They went way too deep. And you know what? There's enough damage in this comp where if you just walk into 4 people, you will get killed.
A lot of damage thrown into Keria as this is a straight-up 5v5 BDD on the backside here, but so is Faker. As we wrap around each other, as the arrow comes in, it's going to find BDD. They're looking for it. Zeus not really going to get the angle himself. Has to hop away. Tons of damage in onto the Elder already. As okay, that's the ultimate. They're trying to get in there, and it's a bit of a flip for KT are winning this fight as Guma trying to front the back, but it's already 5v3. As Guma
carry,
Elder's going to be taken. Elder's going to be taken. KT will turn this one, and Guma will get carded and will get executed. KT should take this, and yes, Faker will be taken out as well. Keria's got nowhere to go. And it looks like
man.
KT have done it.
Look at Lehans, he's clapping his hands. Keen looks relieved as Keria is going to look for an arrow here. It will not matter. And I didn't think I was necessarily going to say it tonight, Valdez, but we have a series on our hands. KT bringing it back in what was nearly an Elder flip, but T1 lose the fight. Keen carries.
A scary game, but they get it done, Wolf. They get it done in 37 minutes. Keria, of course, not going to be able to stop them. Down goes the Nexus, and we have a series on our hands. It's all tied at 1.
Was I think the losing moment for T1. If they don't actually hard force it, they just take their Baron buff and walk away.
Yeah.
I don't see any way KT comes back. They group up, they have prio for Elder, they win the game. But instead, just a little bit of greed here. It's a Wukong Veigar's Jax once again into the Kassadin. You know, Huni mentioned it on the space. You know, it can be quite nice into Kassadin because what he wants to do naturally is Rift Walk forward into the enemy team, so it often puts you in Counter-Strike range. And if you've already used your Zhonyas in the team fight...
All right, let's see how it goes, guys. We got game number 3 loaded up. The series is on our hands, and let's jump into the Rift.
One of the other cool things about Veigar into the Kassadin, so we're going to see this level 1 fight. Zeus is here, though. BDD. Get some stacks. One of the cool things about it, though, is that, yeah, you can, with a lot of mid laners, as the Kassadin later on, you can kind of rift walk your way out of a lot of the skill shots. You can avoid a lot. But if you get low, BD presses R and clicks on you, you die. You try to rift walk your way out of that one, you will not escape. You will not live. And BD is getting a lot of first strike value here, too, early on in this game. He had red buff, so if Faker tried to go up and try anything, would have been putting himself in danger. BDD also in danger, but Cuz here.
Owner, let's see how this goes. He hops into the cage. BDD is quite low, but flashes over and is looking for the kill. The last auto will get it. First blood is to the Lee Sin. But BDD picks up a kill, and now Cuz has the play here onto Owner. One more hit would do it, but they call Keria roaming up, and Keria is here to turn the fight as Cuz hands in the air. Nothing he could do. 2v1 as the prio from bot wins T1.
In the case of T1, now it is Owner on Lee Sin, and he does a lot with a little. He already has his Iron Spike whip online. His hold up.
No flash. A little bit of a rough spot here for Keria. He's got an ignite on him. Another stun comes in. It's a free kill gifted on a golden platter.
No vision of where Lehens is. Lehens knows it.
Got to dive in topside. Looks like he will be okay, but Keen does have to flash away.
Yeah.
But, hey, you can see T1 trying to be proactive, at least on the top side, which is not something you see all the time. But Owner very strong right now.
Yeah, Cuz doesn't have ult. He's level 4.
Spots him after the Warrior Trickster, so yeah, he's just going to have to go away. And Owner is saying, okay, well, there have been some slip-ups.
Faker does, end up having a similar amount of mana here to BDD, but BDD looking for a plate.
Okay, Q comes in because is here. He catches him on the end of the cage, goes back in onto BDD, who's got an ult and a dream. Can they get the kill? No.
But this should still be a lot of extra mid-prio here. Going over to KT Rolster, Lehens is up here as well. And they might be able to turn this into a mountain break here early. Or collapse onto the enemy, Xayah, who's bottom, and we'll have level 6 very soon. Aiming just hit his.
Nice play here from Zeus. He's going to all out him underneath. Keen in a little bit of trouble, but looking to maybe trade it back. Just no hops away, and in goes Zeus, takes the 1v1. And this time, he'll get the better of it.
Yeah, has the Ghost available. Keen no flash. Goes over here to try to defend this turret.
Uh-oh. What's going on here? Owner's here as well. The Warrior Trickster might save him, but they are on the chase. As Cuz does have flash, there it is. Trying to get in behind the minions, but it doesn't matter. Owner just flashes on him and kills him.
That was beautifully played from Owner. Third kill for the Lee Sin, and plate gold going over the Zeus. And Keen just overextending there, and Cuz with no level 6. As BDD is really the big shining light right now for KT Rolster in terms of advantages.
Yeah, as you go in, he's got a flash out. Like I said before, it's relatively high cooldown at this point in the game, so if you're just rift walking into a Veigar, you will be put in the cage, and you won't be able to get out for a little bit.
They really wanted to bait Owner here. They had Cyclone, they have Lehens here, and the Solar Flare is committed. Faker has to flash, and so that's a huge win.
Oh,
no flash now.
He's going to catch him. Exhaust has to be used, and now he's turning it around onto BDD, who is quite low, and Owner's right here for the punish. 4-0 now. He's got Gore Drinker, as Cuz is just barely trying to survive here with the Cyclone.
Oh, man, this is a disaster for KT.
We've seen this before, like way back when we first started seeing this matchup, which is the Jax really struggles early, but not only that, if you get this far behind, it's going to be even worse, as he brings him right over to Owner, but nope, it's going to be punched in the face. No but, actually. It's just going to go down.
No ifs or ands either, Valdez.
Like, Cuz is there. Nope, just gets punched in the face. Yep. Sometimes that's what happens.
Cuz has no Cyclone, and
that is the way it works. He's going to get knocked up. There's an Ignite in as well. Misses the Zenith Blade. And now flash forward. One auto nearly catches Guma. But now even this lane that was slightly in favor of KT, not so much anymore.
Yeah.
So Mountain first, which is going to make this even more annoying. On top of the Chemtech, and it is a Cloud Soul. So I feel like it's actually not that bad, as here is BDD. He's in a lot of trouble, as now all the lanes are falling apart. The one shining light of KT. It was BDD, and now he's died 3 times, and he's going to lose his turret.
Yep, turret's going down here because he's got Cyclone this time. I don't think he wants to use it here. He's just going to try to keep the turret alive. And if you try, there will be consequences.
Yeah, I don't think so. Now with the Leona, they might try. No, they're not even going to. 2v1 on the bottom side. Zaya's in a little bit of trouble here. Doesn't matter how much armor he's got. He will be taken out.
They don't even need the double smite here. He does have TP.
Okay,
they're zoning.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage in onto Zaya's right. Like, what? There were 5 people there. Or 4, I guess, for the majority of it. As down goes the Baron. T1 take it in the face, and they don't even get Zeus
into there for the 50-50. And they commit everything. And yeah, you lost ult, but okay.
Ghost available. He's just going to go straight through it as he does get stunned on the opposite side of it. But yeah, you're just not getting away from this. 4 people against BDD, and they feed the kill over to Guma, who's now on a killing spree.
And they have Baron buff, so they're just going to push 2 lanes here and start to take more of these structures off the map. They can just go straight for inhibitor first here and then go for the top side push.
Well, I feel like game 1 was more of a game than this one.
Yeah.
And game 1 was not much of a game. This is just absolute stompage right now.
Yep, this is just vintage T1 draining them of their energy here.
All right, little pick now onto the Cassante. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. The ultimate from the Veigar. Maybe in a little bit of trouble. Maybe a little bit was, underestimation. As, yeah, he was gone in a heartbeat. Did flash to try to get out, but that is the potential of Shirelia's Xayah Rakan.
I should be able to get this farm, but the long-range engage here, Gale Force.
Here we go again as in he goes. 3-man charm. They're all stuck as the cage does get massive value. They do take out the Rakan, but I think that's all they're going to get in this team fight from the side of KT. As finally T1 find the angle. BDD might survive. If, well, Owner's going to put an end to that. As, yeah, they're going to get the ace, and T1 will be taking game number 3 in this series.
T1 going to match point here in this 3rd game, it looks like, as there is just no recourse against this big of a lead. It's 12,000 gold here at 30 minutes, and KT fell behind early, and the composition of T1 just scales so much better. Owner, active in all 3 lanes, takes 3 early kills and pushes that advantage across the rip.
Whip, and he just went to town on every single lane. It was really rough.
The early whip, and he was just hitting those E's, doing tons of damage, getting the slows. Cuz fell behind early because of it. He out-damages Gumayusi in this game on the Xayah. That's how much of an impact he made. And unfortunately, Keen, this time on the Jax, is shut down. But the Cassante is going to always make it through, as this is that Gragas I was talking about. They just want to be able to survive through. Ooh, going to match the Twisted Fate, the old response. Faker has played this so many times. It reminds you of the MSI 2022, where Faker and Xiaohu were constantly playing these roaming mids. The Galileo in particular really stood out.
T1 looked pretty dominant in that last game. I'm very curious to see if KT can step up to the plate here in game number 4. Let's hop onto the rims. They are one of our sponsors, at least. Knock up here on the Amy, who is going to Ghost. So a little bit of fun level 1 shenanigans, as now even another Ghost is going to be used here by Guma. They just want to get out of here.
Yeah, and they will be able to.
Keria, never mind, goes over the wall again as Ignite going to be used. Flash away, Keria extremely low.
Actually going to be a really good trade. We mentioned this earlier, the 3-0 for the Twisted Fate in the champion stats was all BD. Now he won game 2. In this best of 5, he's 4-0 on the champion, and still the only player, of course, who's played it in LCK this season.
Oh, you just save my ultimate, and then Akali doesn't get to play the game. Especially if you're ahead, which he helped get there. Here is Cuz. Gonna get a little bit of damage onto Zeus. Could actually try to get... Ooh. There was a chance, like, if he flashes in there, maybe, but Zeus just flashes away, and then maybe you're stuck on their turret, so...
In a SPO TV game back in the day.
Yeah, that meta was not very forgiving for those types of issues when every game was, like, 55 minutes. fun times. Here comes the Destiny Gate as they are looking to collapse hardcore, but in they go a little bit too deep. Faker with the zoning ult. 3-man taunt as he's just trying to help his team kill Cuz, and that he will. Now the turn comes in. Cuz will go down.
Everybody's really low here against the Zeri, though.
Yeah, the Zeri coming in. Another double knock-up as Owner super low, Faker super low, and now we do have level 6 for Guma. He's trying to turn it around, but so many kills going the way the side of KT.
Because it's so hyped, man. Because he knows this fight is won by KT. They take 1,000 gold to lead now. Zeri picks up a kill, 2 kills for BDD. And suddenly this game is totally opened up. Yeah, you got the Drake as T1, and Carrier had some really heroic engages there to actually save them. Plus the triple taunt you mentioned from Faker. If that doesn't happen, plus the knock on.
Dodges the Gnar. Keen's looking for it. As Flash has to be used from Zeus. The spacing is there. One more Q could do it. He's not going to continue forward.
It's going to be the Herald, and this is what I was talking about. Zeus, man, you have no flash. He's got ult.
Uh-oh, Zeus is in so much trouble. Gold card comes in. The Q should be enough. Stops him mid-hop, and they give that kill to BDD. As now he is 3-0. RFC that he did in the last game to help just get more pick potential. Speaking of which, looking for this now as Faker is here with the counter ultimate. Owner going in, they're trying to burst down the Vi. Do they have enough damage? The Q from Faker goes on a BDD, not onto Cuz. Now he's in some trouble. It's 2v2. Looks like it should go the way of KT as Cuz will survive. They're looking to take down Owner, but he's going to get the execute. And maybe now he's going to turn it around. Somehow, some way, BDD flashes and gets away with a kill. How did he manage that?
Unbelievable. BDD makes it happen. The ult comes through from Guma, and he's not able to get this. So this is pretty huge. Okay, hold on.
Here we go, going deep, and this is what this comp can do. There is no escape for Guma. He doesn't have ult. He doesn't have flash. Guess what? He used it desperately to try to kill BDD.
Carrier here looks like he will survive.
Okay, a little bit of a flank, but Zeus is not a Mega Gnar. He's desperately trying to kill a TF, and he will as Boomerang comes out. The damage from aiming is pretty huge, though. We might have a second Zeri moment as he picks up 2 more kills. Yeah, and from ahead this comp, I mean, you can be anywhere as Keen is in a little bit of trouble, does have the counter-strike. They're just cutting him out, is able to kick him farther away, but it might not matter as Keen should go down. One more auto, and Zeus does pick that up. So all of a sudden, you know, Zeus with the shutdown and an extra kill, he's beginning to line his pockets a little bit.
They could get caught. Twisted Fatal.
Here we go once again. Might have a little bit of a team fight. Faker's all the way up in the top lane. He could TP. Okay, he is going to TP into this one. We are opting into a 5v5 as KT.
Yeah, Keen here looking for the follow-up.
Might not matter, but will it as the Vi is getting low. They take out the Vi! KT went a little bit too fast and furious. They do get the 1 kill to T1, but KT still with the lead, and the incredibly scary carries will push T1 away for now. You got to be careful. They still have insane amounts of CC. Like, yeah, you are a Vi and you are ahead, your team's ahead. As I say that, they are just going to ham-fist it underneath this turret. Let's see how deep they can go as Cuz is living, and he will open up 2 kills more for the Zeri.
100% worth, you know? I mean,
yeah, this time it works.
You've eliminated the 80 carry of your opponent, so you're going to continue to deny farm.
And the Zeri in that game. As, well, might have another skirmish here on the bottom side of the map as Faker's going in, 2-man taunts, but the damage not quite there. Zeus in a lot of trouble. The gold card hits as everybody is just being run down. Zeus gonna go down as well. Another double kill for aiming. Is that his 4th in this game? Because now he's looking for Guma here. He has to go into his stopwatch, but I think he'll be totally fine with that as Faker is going to be food for the Zeri once again. Cool taunt bro, they say, as now aiming is 9-0.
9 kills on the Zeri. KT are very far away.
They're just making it interesting for the fans, I think, as Guma has to go into the Featherstorm here. We do get the engage onto aiming, but Carrier is all alone. And unfortunately, Rakan does not have much damage. That is a ton of damage into the Zeri, though, as that got more close than it should have been. But they still will win the fight very handily.
Damage negligible, but it's the setup for the massive damage they have in the back line. The Jax, the Zeri.
They are really trying to force this turret down, and yeah, they're gonna get it, but Faker might just die as he is gonna ult away.
Look at aiming on the long con flank. He's coming all the way around.
Not much of a wombo combo here, but the 5 are together as aiming still not here, and it might not matter as finally they will take out Keen.
It matters a lot, though. He's not here. He did nothing.
They're gonna get the combo. Let's see if they can actually get aiming. As the Q is in there, but everybody on the side of T1 is just kind of being zoned, corralled into a corner. Oh, in they go. Just trying to slowly chip away at these turrets.
Yeah, the damage is real here. The Runan's just chipping away at multiple people at once, as you can see. Yep. Extendo beam. From a head like this, Runan's is so oppressive for Siege, and
realistically, as long as KT don't make any mistakes, they should be able to take down all the inhibitors and the game.
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe we're going to 5. It looks like Valdez.
Looks like it. Pony knew the whole time.
He knew, man. He's always right with these spreads. Scary.
The only 3-2 predictor. Zeus in a lot of trouble here. He's going to have to back away. Owner is dead. It's desperation moment for T1 as they cannot stop the onslaught of KT at the end of this game. Game number 4 should almost definitely go the way of KT. Looks like they will take down the turrets. Although T1 are desperate to try to stop it once again. They get in. Finally, a charm is hitting, but it does not matter. Down will go the turrets, and we will have Silver Scrapes in the Telecom War.
Telecom War, round 2, top of the bracket. KT picked this team Lehens. And the damage is real here on this Twisted Fate. 20,000. BDD was all over the map.
Even Cuz, like what? 21K on a Vi? It's kind of insane.
Keen's answer is going to be the Jace. The Jace made it all the way through the draft.
That was quick.
They have double lethality here in terms of poke. I thought perhaps maybe they just say, we're going to play around topside, we play a Camille, and that's going to be the gamble he takes here at the end. But against Xayah, difficult to pull off with the front line that they're playing against. He's just going to try to chip away at it.
Side of KT, it's anyone's from here. Let's jump onto the rip for game number 5.
It's going to make him great in duels and extended trades.
This was not a good trade from Faker, as he did not hit level 2, but BDD did, so he just took a massive chunk.
Okay, that's right. I was going to say, that seems a bit high for this season.
Uh-oh. Slow down here on Zeus. He was trying to get Meganar. I don't know if he's going to get it. Flash in! First blood to Keen!
Uh-oh.
A solo kill in the top lane!
And this was the one angle, and that was the one thing I told those KT fans I ran into earlier. They were like, is there any way? I said Keen.
Oh, dodging the hook, making him
Cuz is here.
Cuz is here. You see that T1 will just back away once they do see this. There's a lot of hiding of vision from Jonah Strong, so I thought something was awry, something was happening.
August, of course, in mid before this season. But let's go back to Keen's play here on the top side. As he just goes in. It's the W, extra damage. Shock Blast is empowered. He flashes for the final auto.
To try to take a victory here in a game 5.
Leah's coming up.
Oh,
he has ult.
Spotted. Uh-oh, this... Oh boy, Owner's in a lot of trouble. He's up against the wall, in between a rock and a hard place, and down he goes.
Oh no, Valdez.
2 early kills for KT.
2 early kills for Keen, especially here.
Oh boy.
What an extended lead he should be able to pick up now. Cuz level 6.
Uh-oh, Guma face checks, tries to get a ward down. He doesn't have flash. I think he's dead. Down he goes. Aiming gets another kill. And that is now 3 on the board for KT before 10 minutes.
And T1 have found their match in early game. They have found their match, you know?
There's a lot of ultimates available for T1 if they could layer them well, then perhaps, but against this lead and against Xinjiao, I don't think they should be allowed to take this, but they will. They're just going to walk up to take it down, and now they're going for the fight. They take down Xinjiao. No, the Crescent Guard comes in.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Lives. How does he live?
Oh, man, the Castle Cage was perfect, but the Crescent Guard is just too good. For 2 of these critical players here in terms of engage. Watch this from Cuz's first-person view. He's cast in. Crescent Guard pushes the rest of them away, and his mouse movement as well as he flashes further away. Oh, man.
And you've got BDD just holding it down in mid like a champ. Things are just going incredibly. Another stun goes on to the Gragas.
No flash.
Here is Lehens, another good cask. It doesn't look like BDD quite as the damage, but he is layering it, and actually, he will as Faker. Yeah, he does not have a way to get back over. I thought he would have body slam in time, but no, it's just a straight-up kill from BDD. Lehens is there to support.
There's no cross-map to be had here. Zeus is playing with fire here as well with where he is on the map.
And again, they are trying to force fights when they should not be, when they cannot be.
And T1, they just don't know how to lose. They don't know how to play from behind. It's wild watching this happen. It's actually crazy.
It's insane. Zaze is going to go down as well. This is a massive early game stop.
Will he potentially get caught here? Cyclone and Flash for Owner.
He's trying to run. He does have Flash. There it is, as on the chase is Carrier. And he will get the charm in. Cyclone comes in. Healy used, aiming, trying to survive. He stands alive, and finally he gets knocked down. Owner burning to the Ignite, but he will survive as well. And now, Lahen's going down. T1 maybe finding an angle of their own, as Lahen's did go into the stopwatch. Has to use Feather Storm. Here comes Faker. Picks up a kill on the BDD. And that's a bunch of shutdowns that all of a sudden T1 are coming back.
Never underestimate the clutch factor of T1, though. They will make this happen. Faker going to tank a lot of turret shots here. Cuz wants to come over and lock him down. Flash.
Oh, he's dead. Now, Cask. Yep, doesn't matter. Cuz going to take him out to the Jace. Hey, this isn't fair. Lahen's is here too. Wait, the entire team is roaming down.
Yeah, and the Drake is going to spawn soon, so...
got an angle. Oh, the predict! Lahen's, did you really have to do him this dirty? I mean, when the game is already this in your favor.
I mean, they could try to push this inhibitor turret, too, before this Drake spawns. As BDD has teleport on the top side of the map, it's not safe to push mid because they'll just collapse on you. This is a T1 moment where you could turn this game back around, but they don't have any vision here. They probably have to back away. Cuz going in!
Yeah, he's just going in. He's got Crescent Guard. He is so tanky right now. They're not really able to turn onto him. Faker's got a nice angle. Big Cask. In goes Seus. They take out the Jace. That's a lot of the gold's gone. Is it enough is the question.
I think maybe.
Cuz, though, he is fighting 1v2 against these guys. Down goes the Forest, and down will go Cuz.
And that's Baron.
T1, they found an angle, and they found a fight.
And this was... KT just not doing their due diligence on this Baron. It's taking a long wraparound angle.
Oh boy, the pick potential is massive. Owner going to be forced to Cyclone before the fight even begins.
Horrible. That's one of their best engaged tools and one of their follow-ups. Look at the shot blast damage.
Somebody's got to check, right? Somebody's got to get in there. The Cask is massive. Can they burst down Faker? Goes into the Zonyas. Now Carrier gets over the wall. The damage is massive for the side of T1. KT have gone a little bit too deep, a little bit too far. And now they're on the run in T1. Maybe they've got an angle here, although BDD, trying to be the hero, will take out Faker. Guma is just collecting gold as we speak. He's going to get another kill. The Gnar comes in, and it's an ace for T1.
T1 may have just done it. I mean, there's so much gold here on the map right now, and the Baron is theirs for the taking, and they engage there.
As I don't even know if they care about the Drake. It looks like they want to take the fight. Saves with Mega Gnar. As Owner's going to Cyclone here on top of BDD, or rather onto Keen. As now the damage is in, it's going to be taken by the side of Cuz. But the flank comes in! Carrier gets the flank! And can they get on top of BDD is really the question, as he's going to get away. Cuz looks like he's dead. And more kills go to the side of T1.
Shot blast. This is Carrier's first-person view. Look at how quickly he comes in and the shot calling, how rapid it is. You can really feel the tension in this series that KT almost stole away. He's just calling a push for the bot lane. Zeus' reaction.
He's like, oh, this is fun. And take little wins.
And they can stay over here on this Baron too.
Or just kill the Hens, who is killing a ward. Okay, he's just going to flash.
He does not have Hex Flash, so this is actually pretty significant that this is taken away, one of the best engaged follow-ups. And he's pushed away. And T1 finally going to get Owner on this Drake. This Scuttle is so valuable. As KT need to try to wrap in here now and push this Baron and look for a pick. I mean, Faker's level 18. And they're just not going to get anything out of this. They're going to let the Drake go, and they're not going to contest. They're not going to set up on Baron. KT falling apart here in the last hour, setting up for this.
Saves is so fast. He's just getting in there. He's looking for someone. Lens doesn't have any flash. He's looking to go down. Nobody can help him. Keen's here. I'm like, I don't do damage to Owner. What am I going to do? And that's a dead Nautilus now. We didn't have flash to begin with, and maybe this is now when T1 pull the trigger on this Baron.
What a comeback win this would be for T1, as they've got full vision here around the edge of the pit.
All right, let's see, Cuz Very important smites for your career, as in they go and they're getting burst. They're getting burst. They're going in one by one, as in the front line. Cuz will eventually go down, and GA, very important for Owner, but look at the health bars on the side of T1.
Okay.
That was not the fight you were looking for.
Definitely not. They wanted to actually force the fight here instead of trying to go for a 50-50 smite. And yeah, you kill Cuz, but it comes at a huge cost here. 2 members down. Carry is picked. Owner loses his GA and is killed subsequently as well. And these are huge wins for KT now. As Death Cap is getting closer, Guma.
Wait, there's a Zaya there. Guma with the stealth assassination. Gonna get the kill here, BDD. They had no idea. As he's on the run, Zeus will be able to take him down. Faker can just go into Zhonya's, and now they're looking to push mid.
Yeah, I think they might just be able to end it here.
28 seconds on the Talia, 12 on the Varus. T1,
they've got the wave
on the doorstep of winning this best of 5 as a massive amount of CC in that front line.
Minions down.
Trying desperately to stop this, and they do take out the minions, as you mentioned, which is so important. They will back off now.
Yeah, BD is up in 10 here. Owner's on the Baron. Like you said, though, real fight there. It's going to have to be a good wave clear to hold.
Ooh, the double knockup. The carry is almost gone. And BDD's desperately trying to carry this game.
Where are you at?
He's trying to desperately carry this game from the depths.
And Zeus, he had a Snarbar set. That's why he was flanking there.
He didn't expect Carrier to just appear in the middle of nowhere.
And he just instantly dies. Carrier looks so frustrated on the player cam. Going over. KT need to somehow deal with that inhibitor down the wave and somehow stop T1 from doing Baron. Zeus
hiding on Bush. They're going to try to take down Zeus here. He's knocked into the rocks. Down goes his GA.
Guma's not here.
And they get anything on the backside of this. Zeus will go to Meganar. He will survive. And he is now on the run. Guma's just in there. He's just poking away bit by bit. Owner. And you can see the base is falling apart on the right side of your screen. The inhibitor also going to go down as, okay, Cass comes in, but that just pushes Lehens in. Cuz pretty low. Goes into his GA. Didn't have Crescent Guard. As now he might, as he gets up. No, he's just going to get smoked down by Owner, who takes him here.
Carrier.
Oh, Carrier getting a little bit too close to the sun. Keen is fine. He's getting in there with the damage. Finally gets charmed up, and Guma frontlining. Guma gets knocked up. Guma cannot do the damage. They're standing
Aiming's alive
on their base. The tatters. The ruins of their base. Owner is trying desperately to get this one down, and Aiming will take him out.
Oh, so close. Oh, so close. And
Inhibitor.
that's like aim ace.
Aiming your mid inhibitor. And they should be able to. I mean, there are some wards in the base, as Redemption is in, but they should be able to get this one. Now, can T1...
Can they get out?
Looks like they... No, Rue comes in. Cuz has Crescent Guard this time. The knockup is there. Faker's getting on in. As the chains go wide, the cast takes him out.
BDD's coming over.
As well.
BDD's coming over. There's a lot of long-term damage in this fight here for KT.
Just putting up a wall, just trying to save his team, as meanwhile, in the base, where Owner is.
We don't either.
Where is he? Okay, there he is. He's pretty fast. But is he fast enough is the question. Ult comes in. They're taking out T1's jungler.
That's no smite.
T1's jungler is gone.
Does Crescent.
Meanwhile, oh no, KT's jungler is gone.
Okay,
what
but so is
happening?
Carrier. Carrier's gone here. Guma has to carry this fight. Guma will have to carry this fight. The Narbar is fading away, and they've got poke.
Yeah, no smite. Might just come down to a straight up actual flip. As Baker gets Aiming, and that's it. Down goes Aiming, but the follow-up, down goes the Saya. And all of a sudden we're trading again. Faker too low in the middle of 3 members of KT. Down he will go, and I think
Deus has TP. Does he try to TP to end? I mean, I don't know if he can do this without Narvar. He's about to have it.
Cuz just respond. He's like, do I defend? Do I go over for the smite?
I mean, Zeus, how's your steal, man? How's your steal?
One boomerang and a dream. He doesn't even have vision. Nope, that's going to be Elder to the side of KT.
Long-term carry with Leandri. So if you kill the Talia, it's one thing. As we start off feeling good and not so great at the end of the fight.
Oh man, that was
roller coaster.
Are they just gonna try to steal it? Cuz is gonna, nope, they're not gonna get in. Cuz splashes in, and now he's probably gonna go down.
Where is the follow-up? Where is the TP? Here it comes.
They're finally TPing. Feels like it's hours late as Cuz goes into his GA. And he should be going down here. He doesn't have flash. And now Baron available. Everybody is buffless. The Cloud Soul might be the difference maker. Let's look at the poke. Look at the damage here. Like, T1 just can't really match that.
Okay,
That's
Owner.
what I've been asking from KT this entire time.
Owner, they're going to try to collapse on him.
Oh,
no way!
Oh, the angle, they get Faker! They get Faker on this one, and that's going to be the end of Zeus as well. 2 pinks go the way of KT. Zeus goes into his GA. Keria is desperate. Down goes Cuz. Okay, wait, hold the phone.
Okay, but there's not a lot of damage here in this fight outside of the Xayah. She still has ult. It's going to have to be on Guma to carry this. He's got GA and ult. He also has Gale Force here, so picking him is very difficult.
KT don't have a jungler.
Yeah, teleport coming through.
Okay.
Baker does have TP when he respawns. I don't know if this fight's going to go that long, but it might.
It might. I mean, yeah. Like,
it's hard for either team to win this.
KT just can't let them start it, right? They don't have a smite, so they just have to fight only. Unless you can keep Elise forever, basically. You're never really threatening an Elder Drake.
And
Cuz comes in again.
I mean, Cuz does not have teleport when he respawns, so T1 have the advantage here. The KT are on a timer right now. They need to hit this poke, and they're not. They're not hitting it. Zeus is on the edge here. KT, they cannot give this up.
The redemption by 2 is just so much value. That's okay. That's they get clone. The clone, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, at some point you're gonna have to engage. Lanz has flash ult.
Yeah, you gotta go. Hook misses and change miss.
Zeus has Gnar.
Zeus, Mega Gnar, no GA, in he goes.
Keria.
Charm as Skooma goes so far forward, and the damage, it looks like it might just be there. They take out BDD. Skooma gets the double, and I think that might just be it. We have a respawn of Cuz, and no smite right now for an Owner. He should be able to get it back. It might not matter aiming here. On the run, down he will go. Is CP into the base? Are you kidding me?
Oh, wait!
Are you kidding me, Kane?
He has GA, but I don't think he can end. I don't think he can end.
Oh, the damage, okay.
So many minions here.
He got so many backs out. He's hitting the turrets. Can anyone take him out?
Oh, they got all of the backs. He got all of the backs. The Elder didn't go up.
Xayah's still going. They're still pushing. T1 are still pushing. They stopped the back door. And T1 are pushing into the base. T1 should be able to take this down unless Cuz.
I think they've done it.
Oh,
Cuz buying time, the minion! One minion!
Oh, he's gonna get it. Okay, no, there's another wave. There's another wave coming in. I think they've done it. Cuz is just going into a GA. And Skuma's so low. And he's gonna back up. Make sure he takes down Cuz. I think they've done it. T1 have finally won the game. T1 take game number 5. They take game number 5 in this telecom war against KT. Down goes the Nexus. And T1 do it. Killed both Nexus turrets, forced like 2 or 3 backs, and then 2 other guys pushed in bot, and then they almost didn't end, like Guma and Faker together.
And there are some serious issues if you decide to go for that all-in lane on the bottom side of the map, as it is going to be Jarvan to come through here as the final pick. And Doran giving a chuckle here. Now, I worry, and this Jarvan pick is actually super interesting because the Wukong Jace counter is an old counter. We've seen it so many times, and you can actually win this lane. You can put the pressure on, but especially with Jarvan, this is super strong.
As we jump onto the rift for game number 1. Maybe it wasn't Carey. It might have been Lahens. Not 100% sure.
Tall, by the way, the last person to play this.
Yeah.
When Roach was on Genji, he's now coaching for the team that Genji are playing against here. It's been a rare matchup, only happened 9 times. You know, maybe you could actually trade back a kill or even, you know, counter gank and find success with the Wukong if they went for a super early gank. Because, man, Doran is playing with fire here. But now you see the Wukong is pathing bottom side, and we'll see if their reaction time is quick here. They do have a ward.
Going in for an engage. Peanut coming in from behind. Pace is taking a bunch of damage. They're trying to get this kill onto Pace as the concussive blows go in. And first blood is given over to Guma, but immediately traded back as Peanut did get the wraparound and picks up the second kill.
So all secondary summoners are down here, but Owner knows now he can dive.
Yeah, well, Doran is Jarvan, so because apparently Peanut leashed it for him. This Owner is on the bottom side. We are trying to get the flash here out of Paze, and more concussive blows come in. Owner a little bit behind, but the damage is there as flash forward, and Owner will pick up the kill, and maybe a second one out to Delight, as he's not able to flash out. And it's just not going to work. Paze, meanwhile, missing out on potentially picking up 2 turret plates, which would be the trade normally for the Rift Heralds.
Yeah, he's got Crescendum here. So much damage. Peanuts here. They get a flash.
Not going to get that one, but they will get Carrier down, so that is a kill going into the hands of the Aphelios already.
Just a big shout out to the LCK who cleaned up my coffee spill that I had, which is why the early game...
It was a big spill.
It was a big spill. Like, it was my April Fool's joke, but it wasn't a joke. I actually spilled coffee all over the table.
Chovy, he goes back in when Owner is here. He's going to block with the clone, and now Peanut following up as the chains will connect, trying to go back in onto Owner, flashes away. The light coming back over, second Cyclone, and it should be enough as Peanut will pick up the kill onto Owner. Very nice counter game timing from him.
Yeah, Peanut has to, or rather Chovy has to flash, but they're able to get this kill here. And this is pretty huge. They're going to actually push this further into the bottom side as well. Guma low on mana. As this is Chovy's first-person view on this, running into the Lissandra.
He sees him. He's calling for it.
Clone blocks the ultimate, which is massive.
Baker has no mana, he says. We're getting a fight here on the Drake as Peanut tries to start this one. He is caught inside the pit as he does have flash, tries to get away. But now the claw comes in, catches both of them, and FaZe has to cleanse as they are caught way out of position, and T1 are looking to punish. There's the concussive blows, and FaZe is a couple of autos away, and down he goes. Baker picks up the kill.
And if Chovy can't get that turret down, his playmaking potential is so much lower because his access points to the top lane, to the rest of the map, to picking in the jungle are so much lower. He's going to try to make something happen.
Trying to get in onto Zeus. They have so much CC, and Zeus does not have flash. He should be going down. He's trying to trade it, though. As where is the damage? They can't kill him.
There's no damage. And like I said, Chovy can't get over here. He's not here. And he can't make the difference. He was the damage that they didn't have.
Oh, no, they're definitely going to dive this. Easy smite to slow him down as... Okay, he will get away. Finally gets the flag and direct back, but close call on an extra kill as we're trying to get in onto Faker, but he's... Oh, the timing of the chains. He's not able to claw out. Has to ult himself, and he's not in a great spot himself now because he does not have a flash. Might get his claw up here in a little bit, but one last auto. And Chovy will take him down.
All right, Chovy gets the kill here. His first of the game. And Jace is going to do a ton of damage, too. You just don't have an angle except hard engage.
Chovy, not sure about that, TP. My good sir, he's going to have to flash away. Still gets caught by the Sedge ult as FaZe is also getting caught on the backside. Has to double Summoner here as he will get to safety. Delight very below. As Zoran is trying to frontline for him here, but he's just getting pulled to shreds too. Guma just standing up to him, takes down the Jarvan. Doesn't care about his little tanky build as they're just scattering to the wind like leaves. Gen G just going down one by one. As okay, looking for the angle here, onto the back line as Guma just flashes the wall, and the damage is there as Peanut will be the first one to go down, I believe. As no, he will get away to the top side. It will actually be Doran on the left side of your screen who does get taken out first. Carrier gets pretty low, but he does his job on the Braum.
Yeah, the damage is so quick here for T1 on the turn. And even though the engage was good, there's no follow-up. As Chovy's trying to fish.
Yeah, and Peanut's still here. He's actually full health. It was this clone who was getting hit there on the backside of this as, yeah, T1 taking a bit of damage here. Looks like they might want to go for a turn as there is the claw. They get in onto the Leona. Not the best target as the light will flash away. And T1 will have to give this one another try later on in the game.
Yeah, Chovy just wants to continue to do some poke damage here with Ludens and make sure they can't go back to the Baron.
As Doran is looking for the angle here, Gen G on top of the Drake. As Owner is looking for the potential steal, and it will go over to the side of Owner as there is the engage, but Delight is the one taking the majority of the damage. As now the Wombo combo does come in, but the damage is not quite there as Chovy desperate to put in the damage. They do not take out Zeus. He lives as FaZe and Chovy, the two that are left alone, as everybody on the side of T1 is still alive. As look at that damage. FaZe barely going to survive here potentially as Carrion not able to hit his Q, but another big team fight win here to the side of T1.
They're going to pick up some mana here, but he's fairly vulnerable.
He doesn't have claw. He doesn't have, oh, he's got it back up just now as okay, he is going to get back to safety, maybe baiting him into Carrion. As now looking for the engage, they know Delight does not have flash as they just turn onto the Leona and blow him up. Down he goes as so much for the tanking the Leona in this fight as the TP is behind them. As FaZe trying to do damage on the front line, Guma in a very wonky spot, flashes forward into Inferno, and it doesn't matter, as that should be the end of this one. Very low health bars on the side of T1 as Chovy is desperate. He does pick up the kill onto Guma.
Doran
maybe he's got some kind of chance. That's a double kill for Chovy. Is the clone going to tank that one up?
The base, though, is in tatters here. The Nexus turret's under fire. He's going to have to TP to the Nexus.
He should have enough time, and he will get there on time, but it is a LeBlanc. It's really up to Chovy. Chovy has to get there on time, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Delight with Solar Flare. One time? One time trying to get lucky here as Smite is perfect. 1196 as Faker goes in for the engage. They have Elder Drake as the rest of the team's trying to get out here. As a split call comes in, they're just going to give up Faker as he is all alone. He does have the stopwatch, and Zeus still here. Okay, the re-engage, but the shock blast misses as not the cleanest engage. Pace is getting the damage out of Zeus as he is ticking down, but he is still alive.
Oh my god, he's still alive.
The Aphelios is shooting from over the wall, but he's just trying to get away. They don't want to fight against the Elder Drake, and Guma just a little bit too scary, even without his summoners.
Incredible moment for Pays regardless, but it's not going to be enough. One hit will take him out.
One smite. Oh, he's just trying to chase him down and smite him, but not quite going to happen as even the piercing arrow misses.
The two carries don't really get caught by that combo. You should be able to end here. You got 20 seconds on Elder. Chovy is doing blue buff.
Well, the team doesn't want to fight while they have Elder, but they might be forced to. Like, you got to get back here. He is backing now. As 9 seconds on Elder buff, we got 7-6-5. Peanut is in the front line with his clone, trying to stop this one as Doran goes in. Trying to clear out the wave here as Elder buff is gone, but Doran is as well. As the ult here from Face is not massive, but he does have a massive shield, and they are clearing this wave, and the AoE damage is coming in for both Chovy and Pays, and it will push T1 back for now.
Yeah, with Chovy and Pays alive here, T1 just cannot end.
And you see Pays, most damage in the game, not surprising, as the majority of the damage done in that last fight was him. As, let's see, I mean, T1, they're desperate to try to end this game before things get any more hairy in this one.
Use these Baron minions. You got 45 seconds here. You get this inhibitor. You've got a clear path to victory here. Just got to play it slow.
Yeah.
Don't get engaged on.
That's exactly what they're doing as, okay, that's Pays' shield gone. One shot blast. As 3 inhibitors are gone. T1 slowly but surely with 30 seconds of Baron buff are trying to take down the game.
Just let the minions do the work here. Genji have to come to you.
Hold up the door, but they go for the wombo combo. They get the Cataclysm, but it is not in the backline. Guma is just autoing everybody as Pays. Tons of AoE, but he can't do it alone, as now he's going to get burst to smithereens as he is in the base. And T1, they have done it. Guma takes him down, looking for the Penta, but the Nexus goes down first. 37 minutes, and T1 take game 1 as Zeus ends up doing the most damage in the game.
Yeah, playing very aggressively on the bottom side, and that first exchange was really cool, and you could tell Genji really had a plan. It could happen. Like it's not out of the.
We did see that in Challengers.
But I think this is going to be something a little bit more standard. I say that. Looks like it's going to be AP Maokai, and they are just going to play the Malphite here.
There it is, locked in.
And it's on the side of Genji into the Aphelios. Gnar much safer, and it's going to suit the composition in terms of all the setup they have. They have Thresh, Lissandra. It sets up an easy game for Gumayusi to carry on this Aphelios with the front line they've been given.
Absolutely. Here we go again. Game number 2, Genji versus T1.
And I mean, I look at this draft here for Genji, and I think, oh, it certainly could work. You know, it absolutely could. We felt the same way about the last draft. And it was the early game where things got out of control. This time it's going to have to be a lot better here for Pays and Delight. And see the cut down coming through here on this Xayah. Which you'd love to see.
Aphelios.
Yeah, true. Very important.
Yeah.
And it's just basically unplayable as Chovy. Going to show a lot of respect here.
Oh, flash on in there, going for this one as Chovy responds flash. He gets out. They didn't have a lot of vision on the other side of the mid lane, so I was kind of thinking they weren't going to go for the play just in case Peanut was there, but...
They could have maybe tried to land some. Peanut could flash in, but the response flash would pull him into turret, so very difficult. Here he goes.
There it is, flash on in, Carry in a lot of trouble here, gets the hook down, flashes away himself, dodges the knock-up, and now Owner is here as Delight is in a rough spot himself. Gravitum comes in onto Pays as the follow-up is here from T1. They're not fully committing to it just yet as Owner trying to get the angle onto Delight as the flashaway comes in from him, but there it is with the follow-up hook as Carria is back into the play and gives first blood to Gumayusi.
This is disastrous. I mean, yeah, no doubt. Chovy just trying to get any damage done he can.
Okay, that's a flash out of Zeus. That's going to be very nice. Doran just picks that one up essentially for free.
Yeah, just doesn't want to deal with that extra damage from the bombies when he gets on top of him like that, and that's huge. I think if he is able to avoid that, maybe he actually can feel great. He's still pushing it back on the top side, by the way, of any of those additional minions. But the vision control here is insane for T1 on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah.
Chovy has no idea.
So they're just going to give away Infernal Dream. Not sure about that. Chovy might just be dead too. He has flash, but there's 4 people here, as he had no idea this was coming. And you never know when Lissandra's just going to claw forward and set up a kill. It's what she does best.
Doran also with flash and ultimate available here.
Yeah. As Faker looking to force him into that one, but Ignite comes in and he actually just elects to flash. He wants to hold his ult for the fight.
I actually think it's the right choice here, but you better make a high impact with your ult in this fight or you're going to feel really bad about this one.
Guma just going to lantern away.
Chovy is in such a safe spot with his poke.
Okay, in they go. Faker looking for the engage. See, Moonlight Vigil comes in. Tons of damage on the Peanut, but they can't take anyone out. Owner trades for the junglers, but that's 2 kills now into the hands of Gumayusi. As everybody on the side of Genji's looking to get away, the stopwatch value is massive for Faker here. As flash forward, and he's actually going to miss the hook, but he does force the Feather Storm. As objective picked up for Genji, Zeus looking to make it interesting in the mid lane, wants to force a flash. Not even going to be able to do that.
Yeah, that if we, because Doran is trying to stay up top side there and come in, if we can actually push him out and force him to ult, we win this.
Okay, well, Doran's going to get the turret. He has a teleport coming in for some help. Zeus in a little bit of trouble here, does have flash. As will he elect to use it? The answer is no. Just going to give the kill over to Chovy as his team is down here on the bottom side taking the dragon.
Yeah, so you get a teleport, but that's turret and a kill going over. They have a 2-item Aphelios.
Carry doesn't have flash. Speaking of which, there's the engage. The Malphite and the recombinant cannot kill Guma. Where is the follow-up? There is nothing onto him. He is quite low as here comes the Maokai ultimate as
very late.
Base is on. Should be able to get Owner. Everybody else just in the choke as in goes Faker. He's got an ult in that backside, or looking for it at least, as now the Xayah is popping off. Pays is able to frontline, picks up the kill, 2 kills for him. As a very messy engage, and Genji will take the fight.
Yeah, there's just too many threats.
And Zeus now not in any luck either. He does have Mega Gnar, but he is just flashing away as the zoom in will not do him any favors, and now Genji.
And there are just so many threats for this Aphelios. The positioning for Guma.
Zeus, what is going on here? He's so far down the lane, and it's a Malphite holding ultimate in his face. As he does have Mega Gnar, and in fact the rest of the team is getting over here. He will push them away. And a lantern should get him to safety, but certainly not a very comfortable situation.
Certainly a lot riskier.
In the past, like, players would actually prioritize being on the map instead. So we're going to have to stop that. We do have a fight here. Baker in a really rough spot, looking to get 100-0. Down he goes as the damage is coming in, but they're just looking for Guma on the backside as he nearly takes out Doran, though. Peanut getting torn to shreds, but there it is. They get into the backline with the Xayah, who's incredibly low. And it might just be enough as Pays with his incredibly low health bar is just going to run away and let Chovy do the cleanup here as Zeus on the run. He's just going to hop over the wall here. Doesn't want anything to do with it as Genji considering their options.
Oh, man. Yeah, it looks like it is going to be a flip. Zeus over the wall here. Here's the Peanut ult.
Maokai ultimate a little bit early. They're trying to get position now onto this. As Faker gets in the back line and ults onto 5 people. As Mega Gnar is in and Guma gets knocked off. He's not doing the damage, but it does not matter. And stopwatch should be enough, and the rest of the team just peels away the onion. As Doran is so low and he can't take out Guma. And T1 just barely should be able to take this down. Oh, they don't have Smite. Jeez. As they will take it at the end of the day. That will be the shutdown for Guma.
And a stopwatch is all it takes for Guma to survive the counter engage. Faker makes it happen one more time here. Super clutch. Very clean flash.
And now Gen G just desperate to defend.
1 second on Peanut. I think they're going to try to kite this one out. No, we have TP coming in. As the hook is there, down goes Delight. The desperation out of the side of Gen G to try to stop this from going down. But there's the ult on to Jovi, and that should be the end of him. As Doran does get in, takes out Guma. And you know what? I mean, it's only Faker and Owner here. They're going to back away from the Nexus.
FaZe is coming back.
And they, oh man, they overstayed their welcome. They did not hit the Nexus, and we are still in the game as Faker and FaZe are looking to get into the backline. Now, Peanut looks like he's got a decent idea that this is going on as the rest of the team trying to TP back in, trying to stop the backs here, but the autos will come through. And can they take down Faker? He's not able to claw over. As Zeus, he does have some nice attack speed. Can he get those last autos in? And no, he can't! The Nexus will survive!
Oh man, he's just trying to do it. It's so low.
Wave clear here.
Zeus also has TP and could just TP to try to kill the Nexus, but there's no ward, actually.
That was a lot of damage. The AoE coming in. Peace nearly dies, and Gen G are like, okay, never mind. Yeah, we were just trolling.
There's no ward for Zeus to TP to. But he is going to spawn now.
It's crazy that T1 3v5 are able to push them out of here with just a couple of Aphelios autos.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned before in game 1, you know, Gen G can just push up mid and say, okay. Well.
Zeus to the Snarbar, though. You got to respect it.
Okay, a little engage coming in as they get onto the backline, but that's Faker. That's not Guma. Zeus with the Meganar available. And Doran is just getting peeled apart. Faker gets in the backline and pays. He's trying to get the damage in. The feathers are on the ground, but he is too low. As can they even get onto the side? There are the feathers, and Zeus on the hook out of midair! As Chovy goes down, and the damage is not there. The GA for Pace will not keep him alive, and Guma will pick up the kill at the end of the day. T1 will take game number 2.
What an incredible game here from T1, though, in so many respects. And Gen G kept it interesting, man. They really did. But it was clutch plays from T1 back and forth here on these major objectives that end up taking it for them. I think we're going to see a split vote on POG, but T1, they are taking match point here.
Zeus' perfect engage on that one. You know, the follow-up after Faker's perfect engage. I think there, but Gen G, man, they got so close as well.
Yeah, for me, like, I thought the early game was so beautifully played from Gen G. The lane. Blanc here going to be a skill-based matchup for Chovy to try to get ahead there. As ornaments to make this comp amplified in the late game and to just weather the storm against the Jace feels very strong here too for T1. And for Gen G now, you really have to kind of out-skirmish this team and outplay them at every turn.
Absolutely. It all comes down to this. Let's see if they can start the return, come back, or will T1 just take it all away? Let's hop onto the rip for game 3.
Chovy here, obviously on LeBlanc, isn't going to be under as much threat as a lot of our mids have been, right? Because LeBlanc is super mobile. You could use Distortion to get out of a lot of hairy situations against almost any jungler. But, you know, picks like Talia, which we've seen in the past be super important, really struggle in these types of scenarios. So they can know where he is at any moment.
There's the hook onto Delight as he does have flash, as he hops over to Paze, and he's ticking down First Blood. Keria picks it up in the bottom lane.
The Ignite ticks through, and it's enough damage.
Well, they didn't expect him to be there.
Look at this. The okay. They fake a back as Summoners are here for the side of them as they dodge the knockup once again, and they get on in there. Owner picks up the kill.
T1.
And a Lantern comes in again. This is pristine play on the bottom side of the map.
It's the biggest lead they've had this series. It's just straight up the biggest lead they've had this early this series, and now you have a very huge gold gap here on the side of Gen G. Both of these Drakes, you know, lead to a better soul, like we've talked about. Peanut's going to try to get something back. No flash on Owner.
Okay, he's getting on in there. Owner, I think he's just dead. He's going to dash away, but Peanut, nice look to come on in and at least pull together some scraps.
Can they bait Faker in here? Chovy's in the vicinity. This would be huge.
It's a bit of damage on a Peanut. He's going to smite and get out of there. Elects not to get too crazy with it. And we got a fight on live, though, as Zeus is going to be the first one to go down. And you see the Ornhorn just flies by.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of details and pieces missing for this one, but Ornhorn missing, as you say, and now Gen G completely in control. And Guma, he has no ultimate here.
Owner doesn't have Heartbreaker, so the steal angle's not there. This is very greedy from T1 to stick around regardless.
Don't really have to fight this one, but they say they still have an angle. They have Zeus with TP coming on in.
Doran very happy with this exchange here. Zeus has no teleport. Doran does, and can of course join this Drake fight too. So pushing Zeus out like this is massive for him.
There you go. Zeus just stays under turret, decides, well, I'll just give my life. I mean, that seemed pretty straightforward. He had flash, maybe thought he could avoid some damage, but did not execute it correctly.
And Peanut was there.
Faker a little bit zoned away from this one at the moment. He's in mid. Spino is able to zone him. They don't have full vision there. It's actually very nice vision control for Genji on the left side, so Faker's got to choose his angles wisely as trying to get in there as he does an insane amount of damage. Saguma and T1 say, well, we can't fight that now. Genji gonna pick up the first Mountain Drake.
There's a control ward here, and there's TP for Doran. He can actually TP safely to top.
Okay, they're gonna start it. As you see that Doran is still doing this Drake. He's got the TP as you mentioned.
Yes.
But is the damage enough? I mean, I don't think they're gonna get here on time. Peanut trying to get into the pit. As Zeus gonna blow the Horn, but he gets knocked up, and it doesn't matter! Faker with a double snipe! It was not a flip at the end of the day! T1 double smite down the Baron, and they get out!
They double smite it, they get away, they have so much mobility here. Yeah, but I think they've really dealt with it quite nicely here. Another wave of super minions, or rather Baron minions, coming over.
Gotta be careful, they're getting caught over here. Zeus, nice buffer. As meanwhile, there is a sneaky Jace in the bush who has no mana.
Yeah, he has no mana here. He has flash.
He's gonna get some mana as we, okay. We got fighting all over the Rift.
Looks like this is going to be the end of Doran's attempt to kill Faker. As the ult.
Did they go too far is the question. Chovy has to flash away, Cyclone defensively, and T1 say, okay, we still have Baron for 45 seconds. Let's just take the turret and not force the fight. We got enough.
And this is an angle, once again, where Doran needs to be doing damage here, but he can't see. He can't hit what he cannot see. Chovy's going over the wall to clear vision here and basically be a living ward for those shock blasts.
Yeah, he is on in there, but he gets the hook on a Peanut, so Keria is able to spare his own blushes. As Chovy now in the pit, there's no smite, and it goes the way of Owner as Zeus is going to bang his head against the wall in celebration, and T1 get their first Mountain Drake.
I mean, Doran's actually going to push this top wave, and T1 see that as the angle to pull the trigger here on this Baron Peanut.
Chovy's behind them. I don't know if they know about this, but Keria's going to get the news as this is about to get really interesting. Peanut trying to get in. The damage is there as they get the hook on the Delight, but they don't go in on this one. A little bit broken up as the fight as Owner's out of the pit, and massive ult value comes out from Guma as he just blows up the back line of Genji. Lots of low health bars on both sides, but Guma is the final boss at this point in time. He's looking to try to get on in there, but not quite able to follow up on that. Well, Owner might get there on time. He's got a lantern too. Doesn't, I guess, okay, trying to get in there, and no, it's going to be Zaya who picks it up and 2 kills!
Chovy going to take this turret out, so they're getting so much deep vision removed, so much map control into these turrets.
Okay, over the wall goes Faker, he's trying to set up the play, and they burst out Doran! As Faker now, can he get out is the question. He goes into his stopwatch as he is not in a great spot, and the damage comes in, paces over the wall, immediately goes into the Featherstorm, and will survive as Delight is there for the follow-up.
That follow-up
is so tanky as Guma now, trying to go 1v5, flashes in, and nearly done. As we got another fight, we just keep doing this as they're looking for Delight mid lane. Horn comes in, catches Doran, as they did not expect that, and down goes the Jace. As the follow-up in here, the Sparrow rushes on the pace. He doesn't have Featherstorm, it's 1 second away! He's not able to use it here in this fight. His Owner is going to die as Zaya, funnily enough.
And they're going to try to get an inhibitor out of this, and I think they should be able to.
Or how about this? Over the wall, they go. This guy is just no chill.
Ari Threshman is it's a force of nature. It's a threat you have to respect.
Yeah,
don't know where it's coming from.
Look at Faker's items now. He's got upgraded Everfrost and Death Cap, like he is bursting people down.
They want to try to end here. I think this might be a bridge too far. Doran's up in 15.
Okay, this is kind of insane. They're looking for Guma. The Lantern take is perfectly timed as they take down one Nexus turret. Lots of damage on the Chovy. Okay, they're going to back off after this, but man, they are playing with fire. But they have been doing that all series long.
Teleport from Doran.
Yeah, he's looking to come in. As they do ping this, they do know this is coming in. Faker looking to maybe just zone him away. Takes the Lantern. And we will get a big shock blast here, as it will hit Faker. But is there any follow-up after that is the real question.
I don't think so. I think they're going to get out of here just fine.
And the potential Mountain Soul.
Yeah.
In a minute and a half.
T1, lot of Baron control right now. GA for Owner is so huge because he could really force things like these flanks he's setting up right now. Chovy sees him. He wants to pop that Banshee's Veil. He's unsuccessful.
Okay, over the wall they go. The charm is insane! Unbelievable! As down goes Doran again! This guy just cannot survive against them!
Yeah, just like the ult from Zeus, it's turned. It looks like he's charming somebody else, but he just turns the charm onto Doran. Doran's killed here once again before these critical objectives.
Yeah, and the turn is still here. No Ornhorn this time around from T1 as Chains landing on in the box is down in the opening as they get the hook on a Peanut. He does have a stopwatch here as no, the Moonlight Vigil goes wide and the damage here on Owner. He goes into the GA as Delight. And Chovy and Pace in the backline will stay alive as Carry is back there. He gets the hook on a Pace, and that provides the front line for T1. Guma is able to take down his opposing AD Carry, and T1 will take the Baron.
It looks like this is probably just going to be the win here for T1 3-0 because now you have this Baron. Chovy's looking for a steal.
Chovy, can he do it? He doesn't have any vision. Nope, not gonna happen. He's getting on in there.
I mean, Chovy is so difficult to kill. He's level 18, he has 4 Mountain Drakes and a Banshee's Veil on top of him, so he could kind of continue to harass and look for backline access, but this Baron Bomb is the problem.
Really is pushed in. The Cyclone is good on the aggression this time around, but no follow-up comes in as underneath the turret, Faker goes down as massive damage comes in from the Aphelios, and Pace has to get in and out at the same time as down will go this inhibitor.
Still have to somehow kill this Aphelios.
Let's see it happen then. See the execution happen this time around. We saw it happen when Doran hits an accelerated shock blast on Nagumi. He just immediately gets his shield back. It's like it's barely even happened. As meanwhile, here we go. Engage, they get Guma! They get him down! As he is into his GA in the follow-up here. He's gonna have to try to get out, but no! He goes down! Peanut makes the pick happen! As Faker tries to get in and stop the push of the minions, but I don't think he was successful. They've got a cannon.
Yeah, Carrier's going to go down here, and they're going to try to push to end this one, and a clutch play from Peanut in an important series. A very incredible engage. We talked about his flash was coming up. He has Flash Cyclone, and that's what closes the gap on Naguma. Finally, he's popped into his GA, and the follow-up is real, and Genji steals the win away. And we've got a series on our hands, Valdez.
A little bit late, but we in fact do. It's 2-1 as Genji.
And for once, it's Peanut making a aggressive decision that everyone can celebrate on the Genji side of things, of course.
Yeah, the goal difference graph just highlighting
See if Faker wants to just try to play Gragas here, but you're not going to have Prio. Talia has been very weak at the end of the season. Number Tom Kenshin in the bot lane. Very different look here for some additional safety for this Varus. Will help out against the dive quite significantly, but you only get one Devour, and there are just too many different ways to get on top of this Varus.
Should have played Callista. Silas going to be the pick here for Faker.
I mean, it could be a Jarvan angle.
He's laughing. It's Olaf.
Oh my god.
He's laughing his way to an Olaf pick here.
Well, I mean, it's a great tanky frontline here. We add the Olaf and the Malphite together. There is a ton of power in the front of your composition that can run at T1, get through the CC. You have really good hard engage on this Varus.
In front of it here for game number 4. Let's hop onto the Rifts. Kobe's in the top lane for now. Now, he could just be standing there at the level 1, but could have a little lane swap here, as of course the Malphite wants to play into Jace.
Yeah.
That's not a secret, right? T1 are the ones that are trying to mix this one up as they spot him early. Could potentially swap now, but nope. And Doran's playing mid lane as Malphite.
Okay, so it's happening.
He has really fallen off. We haven't seen him for 400 days. The last player was Guangdong Freaks Ellen.
Yeah,
Canyon.
That game wasn't very fun either.
No.
I remember that game, actually.
Yeah.
His owner's going to come here top and actually look for a gank onto Chovy. Try to force out his summoner, but he does have Distortion.
Yep. Should have it, but see the amount of speed on the stacks as down he will go. Owner just picks it up. Level 3 quick to the top side.
So this is going to hurt his ability to be a strong carry in the mid-game.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not too happy about that either, as Peanut here is spotted on this one, as that will go the way of Peanut. who does smite it down, but already in a lot of trouble as he does not have Ghost, he does not have Flash, he does not have a health bar. As over the wall goes Faker. Didn't have to do that as Guma will pick up the kill.
You know, the Rift Herald is about to spawn, and that was the reason I mentioned this. It's set to Baron right now at the top right.
Yeah, as okay. Just going to force out a flash here as the engage on the bottom side is decent, but now Pace has to flash away himself. His owner comes in with an ultimate, forces out the cleanse.
It almost looked like he wanted to give some of that local gold as Zeus is going to get slowed.
Okay. Now he has to kind of go in. He has stolen Doran's ultimate, just goes back in once again as now he's in a lot of trouble. Down he goes, but was he baited into a rough position as down will go Peanut as well. Doran just has to flash to get out of this one as they will drop this Rift Herald up in the top side, but Faker just stepping up to it.
Yeah.
He's got owner here. This is not what you want to see on the side of Gen G. This is going to go down. They can't do anything about it. Could have even smited it if necessary. Not even necessary. As meanwhile, underneath here we got Featherstorm forced out. A treat of ultimates as T1 are pushing the bottom lane.
Trying to bait him.
Is just... Okay, Ignite comes down. It was all a bait. Down Ignite. To the end of it as he will tick out of this one, and Cario will take the kill. Faker does not have Flash. He is avoiding these axes very nicely, does hop away, but eventually he is going to go down. As Peanut will pick up the kill. 2v1. Yeah, another Drake going to the hands of T1.
The Sejuani. Speaking of,
Peanut is in the enemy jungle. Remember, he does not have Flash, so he might just go down, but he is standing his ground, actually. Is not scared of anything, as Faker's got a massive shield, probably the Hexdrinker in there as well, as does take a bunch of damage, but you see that Gen Z are just being routed here. Delight as well going to be collateral damage on the backside of this one as he was just trying to help.
Doran is just, unfortunately, holding this wave on top side. Can't help out at all. You know, you're just going to be more utility this time around, and that damage is massive against even the tanky supporters. They're going to look for a wraparound.
Yeah, Carrier's in a lot of trouble here as he will flash and gets away. Meanwhile, the entire team is looking to dive him under the turret. They will be successful. This is 5 members of Gen G in the mid lane right now.
Okay, TP flank coming through.
Not sure about that. Chains of Corruption are down, so a lot of damage already into Peanut. They're essentially trying to count him out of the fight here as a lot of poke into Doran as well. Trying to corral them in as it is dodged by Guma. It just flashes away from the Malphite ultimate. Zeus gets in, dodges the engage, but he's alone and exhausted in the back line as Gen G handle the flank perfectly. And they will get everybody out alive, just barely.
Oh man. God, oh, we all just had to hold our breath and sit on it. Always chug your refillable.
Jace on your team, and even the Silas is going to really benefit from
getting
that scaling
baited.
As Zeus in a lot of trouble here. He does have Olaf ultimate, and he will eventually use it, you'd have to imagine, as there it is. But the damage might just be too much. He tries to go back in, but he just dies. So meanwhile, Guma does not have his flash. As in comes Caria. He's got Devour just in case. Doesn't have to use it.
Guma looks, you know, he didn't look really too frustrated or worried at all on his player cam there. Almost looked like just instantly calming, like Olaf no ult. And I mean, Peanut's over here still going to get the red buff for this, as that was the kind of goal, was who can we catch here in the jungle after this pick.
Turns out. So he's not really doing much in the side lane.
Nope.
Against Doran, so he's kind of just catching waves.
And he's going to be a worse Malphite in these team fights, too, into a comp that has great disengage. Chovy.
Chovy? Gotta be careful about that when everybody on T1 is right there and ready to trade back.
Delight's are looking
this, says okay, he's going to get the flash out of Caria. So much poke damage comes in, but they don't have Silas. As here they go, Gen Z are just going super deep. Can they get on the backlines? The question is no. Guma stands his ground, but Caria will be the first person to go down. Doran, the second, though, and a lot of low health bars here. As Zeus steals the Rakan ultimate, he's looking for it on the base, and he will get in that backline. And that is a couple of kills for Zeus. Make it 3, actually, as he picks up the triple, and that will be Mountain Soul for T1. Mountain Soul is going to help so much on this turn. Like, T1 do not have to take this Baron. They do have the smites. They do have the ability to go for it, but stolen Malphite ultimate is now they try to get in onto Chovy. Fantastic stopwatch timing. Will it matter, though, as they're trying to get into there, as Pino will be the last one, and Zeus has his own insane stopwatch timing as he will survive, and Chovy is on the run.
Oh, Zeus has been making so many huge plays. Chovy's in trouble.
Yeah, Chains of Corruption, that's the end of him, as so many ultimates get thrown straight into his face, as the last auto from Guma will do it, and that should be the Baron, although Genji were sticking around. But the execution wasn't there. Once again, that's kind of been the theme for today. They needed to get the kill right off the bat, and they did, and now T1 are massively in the lead, and the damage is just being thrown out in spades, as even Doran can barely survive. And everybody's health bars are just going by the wayside. Chovy here on the run from a Tom Kench. As with the Baron buff, T1 are looking to push the bottom lane and maybe end this game.
Yeah, I mean, they have so many minions here. It has to be FaZe's defense. And he just doesn't have the items. He's sitting on Kraken Slayer quick blades here.
Should know about this. Guma has Flash and Ghost and everything. As now they definitely know. Maybe they didn't actually know. Doran's just ulting into the pit, trying to get this one going. And the rest of the team is just trying to get in there. They fight Guma, who is left alone in the pit. But the damage from Faker's too high. The Gordringer, though, on the side here is FaZe desperate to try to live, but he will not. He gets hit by a huge shot blast from Faker. And now Chovy is only damage left here on the side of Genji. They choose the wrong clone, actually. As Chovy's still on the run, and their base is in tatters, and it's being pushed in through the bottom lane.
Yep, they're just pinging it already. TP coming through. Well, a sad way to lose this series.
Well, it looks like Peanut might be taken out here by his fellow veteran Faker, or perhaps not, as T1 looks like this will be the end of it, as 3-1 will be the score. Very one-sided in the last 9 minutes of this game after one big team fight from the side of T1 as they take down the Nexus and they move on to their 4th LCK final in a row.
The first team in LCK history to go 4 back-to-back finals, and they pull it off here. Faker looks so happy.
And all it took was, avoid the Malphite ultimate, get a great flank from Zeus, just one big team fight, and the game was over. Like, that was all it took.
But this is often what we talk about as being the better option, and that is Kalista, keeping Varus alive. But no, the engage going to be available here as he locks down the Nautilus.
Carrier once said, I just want to play Nautilus. I'm playing these things because they're the best. After the rounds of nerfs, him having a great sense of engage is really strong. The Gragas here I like, very strong into the chase. We know Doran is good in it.
But looking at it in the hands of T1, I am not nervous at all. I'm in fact a little bit anxious for Genji on the other side because they've got exactly what they want, but they have to weather a storm. And that storm is now coming from T1.
Oh, yeah, level advantage.
Can he hit level 2 in time? Owner's on his way.
Yeah, Owner is going to be able to see this as, all right, Peanut going to be able to take that one away. So hits level 2, makes it over the wall. That's a flash from Owner, though. The flash to follow from Peanut as he looks to try and escape. But Faker is just going to put him into the cage. I don't know whether he'll have the W available as he's just going to stand still. Oh no, Peanut, and that is first blood. Faker picks it up.
The troubles are already starting, and Doran,
speaking of troubles,
might be in trouble here as well.
Yep, that's Owner rewarding his top laner for scouting out his jungle. And we'll see, Winter's Wrath is going to go wide, but there's the flash. Permafrost is in, and T1 are going to look for their second. Doran actually going to turn it and gets the solo kill 1v2.
And Doran does it again, and I said right before this, you put Doran on the Gragas.
Onto it very, very nicely. And right here.
Look at this, the body slam blocks him for the melee, but he's still got, of course, the transform to come over here and do the additional damage. Doran waits till the last possible second, flashes here, and then as the damage is trying to come through here, he gets the extra body slam, and just a miscalculation there on the cooldown of body slam.
It was exactly the time it came off cooldown as well. Like, that was very close. You might think that it's a detriment for Genji to have to play 2 best-of-5s in a row. I think for a player like Doran especially, he's leveled up, and he can continue to do so, as now Faker is going to go into melee range against Chovy here, finds himself the burst of flash forward, but it's not going to quite be enough to lock down the kill. That is why you always drink your potions, ladies and gentlemen. Flash for flash, though, and Faker he's laning real well today.
We're mostly ahead of the roam because they have actually been playing the lane out very well, right? So we saw previously as well when they were going for the invades, Genji was ready to commit, knowing that their bot bot lane was on the roam is,
Okay, they're going to look to try and escape from this one. Flash out from Carrier as now Blade Caller not going to get the snare, but the Q is going to miss. Featherstorm has to be invested. Actually, a huge cooldown is here on the top side. Zeus is looking for a solo. Just needs to hit another Shock Blast, and that could be a dead Doran, but no, he takes a drink, and he should be all right. Just Gragas things, I guess.
as mentioned, as Doran.
Yeah, looks for some cooldowns immediately. The flash out from the Gragas, and Zeus, I think he's done it. There's the return of the favors. No, Doran's going to be able to make it out. He just walks it off. There will definitely be a Featherstorm for that one. We'll see whether Gen G can even things out on the Drake score. 600 gold the lead here for
he
T1.
knows.
As, yeah, Peanut gets all the information. Doran's over here as well as Zeus. Can he stay alive as in goes Peanut? He finds the Cyclone. Zeus could be taken down, but no, it's the fadeaway ultimate from Owner to save his top laner, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's the Q, and now Owner is underneath his turret. Faker is going to come in and look to save his jungler. And once again, Peanut is put inside a cage. He's done this so many times, he's going to stop in there as there is the depth charge. And Delight is going to get them out of there, but it's not going to be enough to save Peanut. A 1-for-1 in the end.
So much money being picked up on this Jace right now. Chovy?
Oh, great little charm here from Chovy. As Zeus finds himself the Shock Blast. Chovy still needs to be careful. He flashes to get the Orbit Deception, and that's the solo kill.
Really big moment there from Chovy. Incredibly impactful. Currently, I think 18-4 after yesterday. On this champion, 2 levels up as well. And you gotta respect it.
You know, Zeus here goes back in. He actually gets the knockback, which is pretty well played. It's the best he could have done there. But
he's pretty reliable when he's on a late game carry like this.
That's mean. Are they gonna target him again?
Maybe.
Well, Owner is in a little bit of trouble. There's the charm. As in goes Delight. They are not risking anything. They're going to make sure that that is a dead Sejuani. He has to use both of his Cyclone charges on kind of nothing. As Doran looks for the angle, it's the cast to deliver the jungle, and that should be the Drake. But now the team fight in Everfrost is beautiful here from Chovy, as it's a double kill for Pays.
And Gen G have bet on this composition, saying we are going to be the better team fighting team.
Going into Zeus here today.
And what is very, very cool to see is that, hold up.
Speaking of which, finds another gorgeous cask. The special delivery into the Cyclone of Peanut, and Zeus is dead once again.
T1, it's a T1 Baron, and Gen G, no vision here, but they are aware of this. They're going to have to rotate over quickly. TP will be denied.
Chovy, can he find it? No, doesn't actually see him. And now Teleport is going to have to come in here. Gen G in position. There it is, and the pickup immediately onto the Ari. Oh no, Chovy's being caught there before.
And not only does he not deny the TP, but he's picked instantly in this fight. TP wasted to 5v4.
Cage goes down. Let's see what they can actually find here as Peanut is able to use his warrior tricks to the Baron is down incredibly low. Peanut gets stunned. Can he flash in? He flashes the wrong way. Can he get over the wall? The answer is no, and they pick up Peanut anyway. T1's back in control.
You can't steal a Baron from Guma and Owner, especially when Guma is on Varus. It just isn't going to happen. Bit of a fight here.
Yeah, a bit of a fight in live that is happening. Delight trying to escape. Battle Dance is going to do that as the Baron secured by an empowered Q. Owner once again in a precarious position. And Faker, it's his turn to get caught out of position. And now Pays is going to be delivered a 4th kill this time around. Oh my, I wasn't expecting calamity like this in game 1, gentlemen.
And you mentioned this, Chronicler, just moments ago about last season. Okay, hold on, we're still fighting.
Yep, that is Peanut being put into the bouncy castle as he's down extraordinarily low. Battle Dance comes in, Owner says not on my watch. And he will be able to lock down the jungler. The flash forward from Carrier, but he finds the wall. As Gen G going to get collapsed upon here by T1. A lot of damage being done to this Drake. As let's see whether Owner can even that one out. There's the cast. As Faker's just booped in there. The Cyclone's fantastic. The Drake down to 1 health, and Peanut, as an afterthought, picks up Soul Point. As Doran is incredible at Gragas.
He's a sniper.
Yeah, Carrier goes over. He looks for the huge play, but instead, he's going to find the Death Chamber, and Gen G back in control again.
I really disagree with you because I don't think you're really trying to close the gap on this Gen G composition. You're trying to zone it a little bit and set up for damage, and you need more damage. Getting the approach on this team to set up cages isn't really the way this comp operates.
Well, that's a hook. As, oh no, Owner is down so incredibly low, finds another fadeaway, but it's onto a clone Peanut. He does end up having to flash, as now Chovy's taking matters into his own hands. Owner still in a bit of trouble, as another huge cast. Faker's inside his own cage, but that provides safety to the grand entrance. That is going to seal the deal, and it's a double kill for Paze. Is it going to be the triple? There it is. And can he get a quadra in game 1?
Peanut does have Cyclone. T1 want to stop this, but I don't think they can.
This is Soul, as they are going to be able to steal it away. They deny the Soul owner. He will die, but...
How is Shadow Flame Gragas
I
tanking
don't
that
get
much?
it. I don't get it at all.
W, he presses
Level
W.
18, maybe? I don't know. Well, in goes Chovy, finds another charm, this time onto his ex-teammate Carrier, and Paze will get another kill. It's his 9th of the game, as Peanut is going to take matters into his own hands. Gumayusi, he goes golden. It buys some time, but the Feather Storm is there, and it's a double. 4 Paze on the bottom side for Gen G. They'll take down the last remaining inner turret, and now it looks like they're going to go spend their wads of cash. We'll see. Some posturing now as the Drake is going to spawn right this second. Just going to take some time. Peanut and Paze do so much damage. It's 6 items on this 10 and Ozaya. And there it is. It's gone. They get a ward in, and they get the bad news immediately. Well, this is a Hail Mary, and T1, I think, know that they are certainly circling the drain, so you may as well go for one. Shock Blast connecting, Charm does not. As Carrier's in trouble, they find themselves, oh, the Baron is stolen by Peanut. That could be the last nail in the coffin. His Pace, not free hitting right now, but finds the Gale Force, collects his double kill. Gumayusi knocked up, prepared on a silver platter for the AD carry of Gen G. Make it 13, shall we? As he picks up the triple, and Faker running for the hills right now, but Peanut, I think, may just stop him, as there it is. And Gen G, they will take game number 1. I hazard to guess after that play.
Surely they can push for end here.
I think so.
Teleport
13-0-2!
And look, the story of this game, I think, is in somewhat, because of the hype of Paze potentially being a Royal Roader here, about his 13-0 scoreline. I think a majority of this game was set up by Doran, and the two of them have worked so well together with Delight to lead to a 6-20 kill score here in this game.
And who were the 3 players that we were most concerned about? We were most concerned about Doran. He's 1-0-10. As I'm going to hold that thought for a moment. Pace is going to get another kill. The Charm connects at the same time. Peanut grabs that one, and the Nexus will fall. Gen G, they take game number 1.
I mean, Owner just wasn't allowed to play.
Yeah, damage to Jace.
He almost outdamaged the Xayah.
Yeah.
That had 1 million kills.
That's Shadow Flame Gragas for you, ladies and gentlemen. Doran, absolutely amazing performance. One thing I do want to say, and we were getting pretty hyped about Gen G in this one.
As always, he paid Lux.
Oh, man,
Into the
okay.
Aphelios.
How many times has Gumayusi Carrier lost on Caitlyn Lux, gentlemen? And this is his namesake as well, right?
It really is. Yeah, the Lightning champions, Jace and Cannon. Jace didn't quite work out. The Cannon coming through blind here. What is Doran going to pick? And it is, to me, okay, well, you know what?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's a decent matchup into the Cannon. Like, if it ain't broke. I haven't seen a game where they've lost with this particular duo. That is because they haven't ever lost.
They have been by far the most dominant 2v2 lane in the LCK. You could say what you want about Guma's team fighting, as he is vulnerable.
Oh dear, there's the flash over from Delight. The charm is going to land as well immediately. He's flashing away, his Pace is flashing for it. But the Lucent Singularity, it's going to be enough to save Gumayushi's life, but not actually scryed or anything like that. Let's see whether Peanut can find himself an angle. He was looking for that counter gank opportunity.
Hard to pre-6, especially with this Dredge missing, and this means he might get double scuttle.
Life Binding comes in immediately. The cleanse has to be used. The trap was down. Definitely a great reason to use that summoner spell immediately, but now Paze in a very rough spot, and Gumayusi Carrier bearing down on them.
And this is with Guma losing a flash and half his health bar. Gonna use the movement speed as Guma.
Oh dear, Delight, he's just gonna flash on him, finds the hook there as well. Flash out immediately as Paze. Not gonna find too much of the damage. Once again, Gumayusi limps away, but he gets the cannon.
Yeah, nigh unkillable here on the bottom side of the map.
Means man advantage here towards his top side as T1 a little bit late on the rotation. We'll see whether Gen G can lock this one down before everyone turns up, and it looks like the answer's yes. Shelly gets her eye poked multiple times. The eye, though, collecting it, going to be a difficulty as Chovy going to try and get himself out. Ace in the hole comes through. That is first blood going to the Viego go. Was it worth it is the question. As Zeus is going to go down as well. Peanut flashes to safety, but Owner is going to pick him off. Carrier awarded with the kill. Feel like it here as T1 in so much control this game.
Yeah, that's probably not going to be worth it. If Chovy gets out there, I think you're not going to feel too bad about it, but that's not the case. Kill going over to Owner as...
Doran? Okay, well, Owner is taking a lot of damage here. There's the cast. Owner doesn't have any mist remaining. And there's the boop with the barrel. As solo kill as Delight is in trouble as well, Gumayushi.
As
Congratulations to Peanut.
1,500 kills here.
you also see like the perfect lineup there, right? With the cannon ult being right as big as Doran. Yeah, he just
Also
does
got the
boots.
drugs. And now he's out of mana, but he gets a blue buff.
Performance is on a lot of different picks, but when he's on the Gragas, even down on CS, he's going to be the one who absorbs the pressure.
Hook is going to connect here as they knock off Owner. He's in the bouncy castle forever. The Heartseeker is not enough.
And what's really big here is there's no crescendo anymore, because otherwise they might just get first turbo right off that Zeus.
Well, Moonlight Vigil comes down. Zeus looking for even more, grabbing him. All right, that first teleport. This Dragon going down very, very low as Chovy finds the charm. It is onto the jungler. They secure the Drake because of it. Warrior Trickster going to be used as... Oh, Peanut! Just outplaying here, but he is still going to be moved back by the Q. Has to flash to get himself out as Faker's still looking for even more. And Doran, with that barrel in position, they are going to be able to complete the heist.
Heist successful. Chovy hits the crucial charm.
Oh,
Owner
this
steals
ward.
those. Oh, they know.
That is so much value. The light binding comes in. Peanut going to get out as... Oh! Okay, there it is. The final spot. Oh, what the heck, Peanut? That was so silly. As now Zeus should be able to punish Delight, but he flashes. Pace flush down the kill. And a flash comes out as well. As now Chovy, he's looking for the charm. He does find it, but it's not enough to save Pace. But still, Zeus is going to go down.
The confidence that these players are moving across the map with as Peanut sneaking suspicion here.
Doran, so calm too, holds the recall, and we'll get it off. Peanut sets up the second knock-up here.
Absolutely, 30 CS in the lead. Outer turret now under fire. If they get another one, that is huge. As the layering of CC is fantastic with Doran. Yeah, a lot of vision available though with that Rift Scuttler that it was taken by T1. Zeus in flank position, unseen for now. As Genji, this is dangerous. T1 biding their time for the moment. The line of traps has been set up. Faker doesn't find the Q, but he can fish for another one of those. A little bit of time.
Zeus' flash is coming up. That could be the timing they want to engage with the Maelstrom.
Yeah, Lucent Singularity coming down. A fair bit of poke here available as Faker's just going to move in. Peanut gonna have to use that Cyclone. He secures the Drake as they just bring Doran out, but he goes golden. Zay is now in a little bit of trouble, but Peanut is going to burn down. The Lux collects the kill. Thanks to that one, and now Faker is saying it's cleanup time. Can Pace do anything? The answer is definitely. As wow, Faker almost falls down, but still. Hayes going to get locked down by the final spark, and now it's the flanking Lux. The scariest, the most deadly, the light binding from max range. Pace locks down the cannon, but Chovy and Pace is still going to die. Gumayushi grabbing the double. Yeah, immediately they started up as soon as they get that control ward down. Information now given. Peanut on vision now as Doran finds the flank. Can he get it? There it is! The delivery, but Gumayushi's still alive for so long, but Chovy will be able to take him down. Pace still alive, flashes away from Ona, and in the backline it is havoc being wrought on T1. Another charm will connect. Faker is incredibly tanky though, as now Doran has to get out of there. We need to see the carry from you. Pace is over the wall. Is carrying the final spark is avoided, and Pace will do it. He does have a huge advantage. Soul Point now on the table. They do so much damage to this Drake, but T1 not going to go down without a fight, as it is going to be secured by Genji. They look for the flank, but the hook is going to connect. The charm connects as well, and Faker is just obliterated. And Genji are going to be able to just walk out. T1 no response to this Dragon. I think 100-0ing this guy on this Aphelios is going to be as easy as find a flank. As Doran, he's going to do just that. Gumayushi does QSS though, as Chovy finds the angle, doesn't find the charm though, as now Faker is looking to protect his teammates, but Zeus is going to be picked off, and now Faker's going to get body slammed. Chovy is just dancing around the fight, but Moonlight Vigil crucially goes wide, and Gen G will have to back away.
We've seen these teleports from Zeus before. This is not the one you want. I mean, Gen G might be able to push to grab this inhibitor here off of this play, and Gen G once again just striking back. Doran coming into the mid lane. They might be able to look for even more here. Guma's respawned, but they've got a wave.
Who is this Doran?
I have no idea!
Where has he been? Where did he come from?
I think he read Reddit. He made the mistake last night, and he heard what people were saying. And he's like, well, I'll just have to show you. As Faker looks for the Q, doesn't find it there on a pace. He's going to connect his, though. Does a bit of damage back as the cask. Just to try and disengage here from T1 and Gen G. Oh my goodness.
This has to be
Imagine
the
that,
one
like,
fight.
do anything to get Paze's flash so we can win a team fight and get a Baron. But let's see whether they can do it as Peanut looking for that flank angle already. Faker soaking so much damage. Has to flash to get himself out as there is another cast to get the mini something collective with the anchor. Absolutely amazingly done from Delight and from this Gragas as Faker goes all out, but he's going to have to get out, but he's not going to be able to. Chovy picks up that kill. Ona's going to pick up a minion wave.
Zeus is 1-6. It's the elephant in the room. He's been caught so many times this game.
Well, Chovy's inside the Baron pit, but Faker all on his own. Delight in position once again. The charm's going to land. The dredge line's there. He mitigates the CC. Goes all out against the Nautilus. Can Faker survive this? There are so many Gen G members bearing down on him, and Faker accepts his fate. He needs to get into that death chamber as soon as possible so that he can be out to defend.
And maybe we see a Royal Rotor.
We could. Pace, and if he does it in 3, oh my God, Doran, he finds it again! The body slam flash double kill for Chovy. Carrier, nothing he can do about it. And that is going to be Gen G sealing the deal on this game number 2. And T1, they are not out of it yet. There is still hope, but it is hanging by a thread. Match point.
They're doing great, sure, but Paze and Delight are not giving him any openings. So if Guma and Carrier get a couple of 1,000 gold lead, but the rest of the map is in complete shambles. Zeus dying in the 1v1. Owner unable to match the impact that Peanut has, and the same for Chovy, making so many big plays.
And they're going to hyper it here. Scrolling through a few different options here into the Snar. And I think the boldest choice is the Renekton, but it is at a big risk into a ranged matchup like the Snar. The Veigar comes through.
See, LeBlanc is available, but we've seen what Vegas can do to it, and instead, it's going to be Lissandra, a pick that they have banned game after game. And that is what they're going to use into the Veigar, into the mid lane this time. Now is the time to find it, T1. This is the game to do it. We'll see whether they can as we get into game 3. You can walk everywhere, make anything happen that you want to, but the opposite can feel true as well, as Zeus already in trouble, but Doran taking way too much damage. Roar of the Slayer gonna connect the minion. As Zeus might have just been baited into this one as Peanut comes around to try and repair the damage that Doran did as they just dive over the top of him. And Gen G turn it into first blood.
Bit of a close call there, that permafrost not hitting. And Zeus unfortunately caught here, now flashless.
Well, now Chovy doesn't have level 6, but he can get out of the cage. He utilizes the claw in order to do so. Does take a lot of damage though, so he's going to look for a reset regardless.
Oh, standoff.
Yeah, this is a little bit frightening on both sides as Chovy down relatively low.
6.
Finds the Circle of Frost though, as there is that level 6 Frozen Tomb just taken by Faker. And now Chovy going to turn it onto Owner. He goes invisible, but it doesn't matter. The claw will still get you. And Chovy gets his second.
Seems to be the main carry here. You can run into this issue. Oh my God, if they can send Guma behind!
Goomer is going to be able to flash. He's only level 5 though, as Carrier just going to protect him using the Abyssal Dive.
Yeah. And this is a huge opportunity now for Gen G to actually turn this game into their early Drake control. The Herald hasn't spawned yet. Owner has level 6, so finally he's relevant.
Oh,
But they're not even going to be near him.
Ignites there. Faker doesn't have TP.
And Peanut has flash.
Claw going to come in here as level 5 for Carrier. Gumayushi, he's just dead. The Glacial Prison comes down. Carrier tries to escape, but he might die as well. It's the cell phone for Chovy to make sure that he stays alive, and they're continuing the dive. Carrier not going to be dived this easy as now Faker is going to flash cage, and Zeus is coming in as well. Massive knock-up. Pace going to go down. Faker collects that one. Chovy, he's out of there, but can Delight survive? I do not think so, and T1 are looking for more. Great battle dance is going to save Delight's life, so in the end, It's actually just a 1-for-1 unless... No, Peanut's going to flash. Does land the Q to Zeus, but T1 not going to die.
But this is the first T1 moment I feel like we've seen in this series where it looks like it's good.
So does it! And that solidifies the advantage for T1.
And T1, they're a team who will turn dimes on their heads. So Drake's still up.
Moving into position as Doran having to deal with 3 people. Does have Meganar almost close, but he's just caught mid-hop, and that is Super Mega Death Rocket doing exactly its job once again. More plates going into Gumayusi. T1 coming alive here in this series as Faker inside his own cage. Peanut just throws the ult the wrong direction, but that is Arctic Assault landing. They will be able to collect the kill onto Faker still. Zeus trying to trade back. No, never mind. He's going to skip that. It's an express line train.
Yeah, she hasn't really benefited from overheal either. So, you know, the lack of vision here is a bit scary.
Whole bunch of pings going down here as he puts down the Flame Chompers, but there's the Permafrost Chovy. It's just going to flash for it, not wanting to waste any time, and they just eviscerate Gumayusi in his own jungle. T1 unable to collapse quickly enough, but they were so close to getting there, just not quite. Well, Faker has the cage. He's going to place it down now. Does find the Xayah with it. Dark Matter does a little bit of damage there as in goes Ona. I don't know whether he secured a Peanut. He's able to take down the Herald, but can the team fight be won without this Jinx for T1 is the question. Huge gnaw from Doran, but another Event Horizon goes down. It's a big knock-up as they take down the Gnaw.
Guma's here now.
Chovy should be able to get himself out as Gumayusi is just running to catch up with his team, but Ona for Doran, and it was picked up by Peanut there, the Rift Herald.
Actually there on the W. Really nicely done.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
That's why Keria wasn't able to appear there and look for the Devour. Maybe Keria flashed, or rather Guma flashes to him if he's able to get over there, but he does not. As this is an engage here from Owner where he gets into the back of the pit here, but unfortunately without an AD carry, the damage just isn't there. Heroic knock-up here from Keria when the cage is set though, and T1, I think they did this about as well as you could have ever hoped to do without an AD carry, as this is that knock-up coming through from Keria. They take out Doran with the ult. It's a ton of damage here, and you can imagine if Guma is here, it's a different story.
Yeah, crucial there was that Pace, while he did get the kill on Owner, probably should have helped the rest of his team. They didn't choose to do so, so they were lacking damage. And into Kanch and Sion, you're not going to take them down with just Lissandra.
Well, now Gen G have started up yet another objective. T1 now with the Jinx available. This is going to be a very different story. Super Mega Death Rocket doesn't get the steal. Shirley is going to be popped down. Keria looking to try and stop it from getting the charge, and I think they might be able to do so. Teleports come through to try and save the moment. He's going to get in here. Doesn't have Featherstorm, remember, as T1. They should be, no, they're not going to be able to stop it. The Devour has to come through, but Keria's going to be quickness, and the Sion, he's surviving for so long till Light gets out, Peanut gets out, no one dies. It's fine. Never mind, it's okay.
All good, all good.
Yeah. Well, I've got one word for you, gentlemen. Double infinite scaling. See whether T1 can take it really long as... Oh! Doran's going to get caught out. Immediate Cyclone, and they shut him down. They see 1 second of opportunity, and they pounce.
Able to pick up the Drake.
Oh, that's an immediate knock-up onto Keria here, but the Event Horizon is down. Keria can eat the Grey Health. Can he get out? No, he cannot. Doran gets his immediate revenge. As now Chovy behind his thralls. Yeah, they're going to look for that Baron opportunity. Claw now on cooldown for a moment, but the Baron is getting lower and lower. Faker does have that smite available. Event Horizon going to be utilized. Super Mega Death Rocket somehow finds a gap. As Gen G, they are still on the Baron. Faker's going to flash in. They get it with the double smite. Baron secured here by T1. The knockup inside the brush is fantastic. As Chovy tries to get it done, but he's not going to be able to. Zeus just hitting whatever he can find. It's T1. They won the team fight. The Baron still going to be there on multiple members of T1.
And Gen G, they can't just sit around, right? The poke from this Jinx, the Rockets are going to chunk you down.
Not to mention the fact that their siege is still very good. Battle Dance to get them out of the way there as the Flame Chomp is connected onto Delight, but he will be okay for the moment. Yeah, this is the huge problem, because it doesn't just mean that fights are hard, it means that defending your base becomes very, very difficult when you have range disadvantages like this.
I really do like, he's going to get denied potentially. He is.
Yeah, it does actually stop the back. Really beautifully done. And now Ona says, it is my time. Gets the double knockup back to back here as Chovy self-ults to keep himself alive. There's the Zhonya's as well. Event Horizon's going to get the stun, and that is the kill for Gumayusi, just delivered. And he is so excited now as this Jinx tearing apart the base.
Trying to go through bot to end.
Yeah, do they have the opportunity to just finish this one off? That would be pretty huge. Potentially Greedy is now Peanut going to get chunked out. Okay, a lot of damage onto the Scion, but now Faker just finds himself the ultimate. The burst of damage onto his former teammate is going to take him down, as now Inhibitor Turret going to be taken as a consolation, as that's a huge knock-up from Carrier. And Gumayushi, once again excited, just walks out of the grand entrance, and Delight is going to have to walk out of that fight. And now T1, they're going to try it again.
Do your best Morgan impression. I think we got a series on our hands.
I think so. Hold up your hands, ladies and gentlemen. This is at least going to 4 as T1 Super Mega Death Rockets fly in. That is the execution of FaZe. And Gumayushi, he can take down the Nexus now if you would like to. We'll see where they are. What? Chovy finding a massive amount of opportunity, but the Nexus is still dead. And T1, they will bring us to game 4.
We might match what we saw in 2021
over
as
double the damage.
Yeah, Guma showcasing that for as well as FaZe has been playing, if T1 needs someone to step up, he's been that guy all playoffs. He was the guy at Worlds, and he's showcasing it here again. Barring an Ornn or a Sign pickup is really going to be lacking in hard engage. Pick is amazing. Counter engage great as well as Chovy.
All right, Tristana is going to be the choice. That confirms Cassante for the top lane.
Definitely looking weaker in that regard, especially when we consider Maokai isn't going to be as high impact as the Lee Sin in the early game. And while this Tristana pick is going to be designed to get Prio,
Faker has had this entire series, and we'll see whether they can get behind the GOAT and bring us to Silver Scrapes.
Was also the decisiveness of T1 that was one of the big reasons why they won the previous game. Every time Gen G made a mistake, they didn't just try and punish them, they forced them to respond and then would go for another trade and another, and Gen G was clearly caught off guard, playing very differently. I do think though that, as you point out, this Tristana, when it comes to lane dominance, can be very obnoxious to play in.
So Gumayushi going to see whether he can show the young man a thing or two about how to pilot this champ. We'll see whether that is going to be the case, as Doran and Zeus just battling it out. Zeus looking for the solo bolo, and he gets it! No flashes required!
no flash from either player.
But I am getting flashbacks from yesterday. Game number 1, getting solo killed by a Scion, starting things off a bit rough here for the top laner of Gen G. And we're going to see it once again from the Scion perspective here. Zeus just cleaning him up.
And buying a call here as Tristana, as now they both have level 6. Chovy needs to be so respectful.
Yeah, there's a lot of calls in this game, actually, as Faker is just going to charm forward. There it is after the flash. The kick comes in, but he had the Q well and truly prepared, and that's Owner's Lee Sin, ladies and gentlemen.
You only get one Buster shot. You only get one. He's going to be able to get the follow Q through.
Owner's Lee Sin is an absolute joy to watch, and there is a lot on his shoulders this game, because you mentioned the late game is going to be a difficult thing for T1 to navigate. Not if they're fed out of their minds, guys. That'd be absolutely fine. Nature's Grasp, though, going to come forward here as T1 are going to be snared. They stand behind the door, though. Carrier standing stalwart. Still, Doran trying to get stuffed on, but he gets roared at, and it is massive here for T1. Gen G have to about face, get the heck out of there. So they can get some money onto FaZe. Nature's Grasp to come forward. That is the guarantee on the charge. Can they find more, though? As Carrier going down relatively low, but just going to stand beside his teammates. He should be fine. Faker misses that charm onto Chovy. Could have been devastating. Maybe not necessarily the case. And if Chovy gets to level 18 and has 3 items, like Tristana just does stuff, right? Draw a beat is pretty crazy, as Doran looking for an opportunity, but he just can't hit this Scion with a Q. It's impossible, apparently. He's the most nimble Scion in the universe. As Zeus, Train's going to come on through. Flame Chompers do some work, but Zeus just does not care about taking damage at this point in time, because he just doesn't take very much of it. Shirley's going to come down and break open this turret. He got it! Oh, okay. First turret blood does go over to Chovy, so there is at least that. But Gen G, they take the more important turret on the map. And Gen G now, with 4 members here in this mid lane, look to try and stave off the pressure. Flame Chompers going down. Doran trying to get out of there. Does so with the W quite nicely. As Shirley eventually goes down, but T1 is still here. They have another minion wave. Moonlight Vigil comes in just for the poke damage. does manage to get out of there with his unstoppable as Faker just dives on forward, finds the Everfrost as Buster Shot comes in, but immediately Doran presses the button. Faker gonna be taken down. Moonlight Vigil does a lot of damage though, and they have to be careful. Carrier with the disengages, Ona possibly caught out. Chovy diving forward, the train's gonna come in, he wants to save his jungler, and I think he's gonna do so. Zeus helps out, he'll grab the kill as well as it's an aggressive Dorgamuchi coming on forward, finds a snare. Zeus, is he unkillable or is he not? He does go down, and now Pays is excited. Owner finds it. Absolutely massive in this fight as the Zombie Scion is getting involved. He will fall down in Carrier, and Owner will fall as well. Gumayushi last man standing, and Genji win the fight.
Makes such a big difference. And now all of a sudden, Chovy is fed.
He is. Now Pays getting some damage onto Carrier. Good door placement. Make sure that he doesn't take too much of it. As this inner turret under fire. Faker moving on in, but he's going to go back because this inner turret has been taken out and they need to defend as Chovy's getting to work on this one. Teleport to come in as well, just to make sure as Charm connects, just invades the territory of Genji. Is now Doran diving forward, does find Zeus, but not exactly a priority target, one could say. Knock up onto Pays, he gets ulted by Guma as well, but he's going to be able to walk it out. Has Delight there also, but Pays needs to be a little bit careful. Last Whisper completed for the Jinx.
That's
He's very important
though.
in this fight. True. Oh, Charm is dodged by the buffer of the rocket jump. Oh, good knock up there onto Pays as Everfrost is immediately cleanse flashed. And now Faker looking for more, he finds another one! This time onto Delight into the backline, he does wild growth himself and they manage to get the kill.
Reset for Chovy.
Jinx is excited, the resets for Chovy and resets for everyone. The Jinx is absolutely massive. Peanut may have gone too far forward, but T1's health bars are evaporating. It's a triple kill for Pays, and Genji are moving towards Baron.
That even though Pays looks like he's misplaying here as he gets caught by the edge there of that Scion, the cleanse flash is immaculate. And here it's not Pays getting charmed.
Delight actually blocking it for Pays. What it looked like.
Yep.
And just look at him calling to follow for the chase here. So hyped. The guy is just not, he's not playing like a rookie.
It's so difficult. Well, Dom's now completed for Pays as well as Faker just dashes forward. They get another Nature's Grasp, but he doesn't have another Zhonya's, and it's a kill for Pays. Chovy now takes that as his moment to dive forward. Zeus just trying to retreat. Ona wasn't in position to go for any sort of engagement, and without Faker they can do nothing to stop the onslaught on their structures. We'll never know. As T1 gonna get teleported on from inside their own base.
That's not fair.
Okay, Doran, Chovy in position on the flank. He doesn't exactly have any CC to offer, and he's now gonna get stunned up into the waiting arms of Zeus, but the flash is going to come through. There is the Buster Shot, and somehow Zeus not unstoppable while that happens. As now Doran caught out of position. He's got a lot of health and he's tanking for a long time, but Moonlight Vigil is gigantic, and now Faker finds the cleanse into the backline. Immediate cleanse there onto Pays, but it's a double kill for Ona. Chovy is dead, and Genji, they have overstepped.
Now Nexus turrets are under fire here, so eventually you do have to go back here as T1. You want to chase down and get these kills. Ona's hiding.
Oh, Ona.
TP.
Yep, there's the teleport. He lands the Q as well as now Pays by himself, and Ona looking to take it. He does secure the kill, but he goes down in response. T1 back in control of the Rift, and we'll see whether we can get into this Baron pit as T1. Nature's Grasp just going to zone, and now the Scion going to be caught. The Q not going to be enough. Flame Chomper is going to come in. Isaiah's going to be interrupted. He cannot ult out of this one, and Explosive Charge is going to do it. Pays immediately diving forward. Ona, can he find it as he does try to look for the kick flash, but Pays has a stopwatch, of course he does. And now Ona, he's going to get a kick, but it's not the one he was looking for. Peanut going aggressive, Chovy diving in, but he gets the reset. And now T1 trying to back away, but Pays is at full health, and they have Baron.
It's so difficult to defend your base now.
I don't know if they can. They can't even get back.
Now Faker's struggling to recall here. At least the inhibitor as Respawn's going to buy a few more seconds.
Doran STP, but it's 30 seconds.
Well, Faker has Splash and he is alive as Chovy and Pays Draw a bead now, level 16 for Chovy. You see how much damage he is doing. Carrier trying to put that door up in front of the Nexus. But Genji, I think the upset may happen. The charm is going to connect, but it's onto Delight. So much damage from Miyuchi. He's found it. He found the moment. Oh my god, he does explode in the end, so it's not going to be T1 taking the game back, but it's not going to end here. My voice might die, but the Nexus will survive.
It's the range
of T1. You're exactly right. There's also this, the zoning, as in front is the Scion. He's going to stand there, but look at this turret. It just evaporates. A massive Q from Doran, and it is the man that played so well in games 1 and 2 that's coming back here in game 3 to dominate T1. Owner down to his GA once again. Pays, he's down very, very low, but now the Nexus will be in the sights of Genji. They couldn't take them down at all throughout the rest of it, and now, on the blood of T1, Pays has paved the golden road here in spring 2023.